Hey guys, I know this is kind of a out of nowhere stream, considering the last one I was teased a lot. Yeah, I might try and get a little bit of progress done with this one. I didn't really tease this one, so I'm not really looking forward to get a lot of views with this one. But if it does, that'd be great. But anyway, we are gonna continue where we left off on Castle Walls, which is right here. Last little bit, we sort of confessed to Yuri, although it's like we're like friends with. They say we're friends with her, and they mark like a thing on the outside of the park. But anyway, this will probably be fun. More stream, yay! There's a hey Andre. Hello, Yuri Kobayashi. What's up, guys? We're gonna continue our Castle Walls today, so... And after I'm finished streaming, I'm probably gonna hang out with my mom for a little bit and go driving for a little bit. So that'll be fun. Classes have gone rather well today. May space out a time or 2 or 5, but that usually happens. I'm just now walking out of the door of my Earth Science class. It's about lunchtime. Books in hand, I'm making my way over towards my locker to put everything away for lunchtime. Alright, I think I know how I want to go about this. Yuri said it's fine if I ate with her today in the classroom. Wait. Dang it, I don't know what classroom she would eat in. There's so many in this building. I can feel the frustration over not getting that critical info from her. Ah, dang it. Looks like I'm eating in the hallway again. Frickin' great. Once I approach my locker, I open it up and place my books I have inside, but end up staring blankly at them for a few seconds. Alright, hang on, it won't be so bad. I may not get to eat with Yuri, but it'll be alright. I'll just eat out in the hallway today. Just give me a second. I feel like that may have been a problem in the previous stream. Nobody's gonna bother me out here. Excuse me. Nobody's gonna bother me out there. Besides, I'll be seeing you out of the way, shithead! Oh, what the fuck? Hey, yo, what the f... And there I am, down on my knees on the ground. Wallace pushed me out of the way, but that resulted in the right side of my head slamming into the edge of my locker door. Ah! Ouch! After standing back up and taking a second or two to recover, I look around to see people walking about, but not paying attention to what just happened. It's like an everyday thing for them. I can feel stinging around my right cheekbone. God damn it, man! I place my hand around the affected area and feel something uncomfortably wet. Pull my hand away from my face, which is still stinging, to see blood on 3 of my fingers. You're fucking kidding, bro. I don't have anything to stop the bleeding, so I'm resorting to keeping my right hand over where I got hurt and begin making my way to the nurse's office. Hey, the frying pan sound effect! I'm visibly frustrated as I continue walking to the nurse's office. That was probably unintentional, right, Yandere? It's okay. Oh, the TF2 frying pan sound. Yeah, probably what that was. I'm visibly frustrated as I continue walking to the nurse's office. Just frickin' amazing. Losing valuable lunchtime over this. Bet you any money the nurse is probably gone for lunch, too. Oh, she'd better not be, or else I'm not really paying attention to my surroundings. I turn the corner into the hallway where the nurse's office is and manage to look upwards and realize I'm about to walk right into someone. Ah! After reeling back at the possible disaster, I realize that it's Yuri in front of me. Oh, Diverse. Oh no, I don't want her to see me like this. I instinctively place my hand back on my face. Diverse, are you okay? I look at her for a second, but can't feel the ability to respond back to her. Instead, I look away and try to walk away from her, but she moves over to the right so she can get a closer look at the damage done. I'm effectively stopped in my tracks. That's when I feel her take a hold of my right hand and slowly pull it away from my face. The feeling of being exposed is rather uncomfortable. She lets out a light gasp and she sees what's been done, all while not letting go of me. Oh, this doesn't look good. That's when I carefully yank my hand away from Yuri's and place mine back on my face. I'm sorry you had to see that. I was on my way to the nurse's office to get this taken care of. With that, I try to start walking to the nurse's office again until Yuri calls out to me. Diverse, wait! As frustrated as I am with how today is going, it wouldn't be very fair of me to make Yuri feel the same as I am. Turning around to see what she has to say, I make sure to keep my tone of voice in check. What? That's when she reaches into her bag, I'm noticing for the first time to pull out. Oh! Hey, Ghislaine Isabel! Thanks for the subscription! I really appreciate it, dude! That's when she reaches into her bag, I'm noticing for the first time to pull out a tissue and gives it to me without a word. I feel like I've heard this in Fruits. Can't help but... I've definitely heard this before in one of the mods I've played. It's probably Fruits. Something like that, I'm not sure. I carefully take it from her, knowing exactly what to do. Placing the tissue on my face and attempting to clean myself up, I glance over to Yuri, her face rather full of concern. Diverse? I think I know what to do. What do you mean? She scans the hallway, probably for anyone who's decided to stop and see what's going on. Okay. Follow me, Diverse. Yuri? Where are we going? To the classroom I told you about yesterday. She starts walking the opposite way I was intending to go and proceeds to pat my right arm while heading towards the classroom. I'm guessing that's her nonverbal way of saying, come on, let's go. During our walk to the classroom we're going to, I can't help but think. Dang, this girl's my saving grace right now. Excuse me. Dang, this girl's my saving grace right now. A majority of my general anger towards today has been replaced with relief, knowing that I'll be able to share lunchtime with my friend after all. Yeah, this works out really well. I won't get to see Wallace again, and I won't have anybody barging with questions about my injury. But wait a moment. I didn't get anything from the lunchroom. And I didn't see Yuri carrying anything that looks like it came from the lunchroom except for her bag. I think I should ask Yuri what she has in mind when we get there. I don't want to starve to death today. But didn't you eat 2 square meals at breakfast? Anyway, once we arrive at the classroom, she opens the door and ushers me to enter first. I thought the saying was ladies first, but I bet she's being considerate because I only have 1 free arm right now. That's nice of her. After walking in and hearing the door close, I realized that this was the classroom I just left before the whole incident happened. What a coincidence. So what's the plan, Yuri? She walks over to where the closet is, takes a seat on the floor, her back parallel with the wall, and sets her bag on the floor close to her. Here, come sit down next to me. That doesn't really answer my question. What are we going to do about hungry food time? Without saying anything, I comply with her request and sit down to her left. The moment I begin thinking of questions to ask her, she reaches into her bag, pulls out 2 more tissues, a small bottle of rubbing alcohol, and starts opening it. Does she always carry all that around with her? What does she plan on doing? How are you feeling, Diverse? Does it still hurt? Huh. Now that you mention it, it doesn't hurt as bad as it used to. Yuri exhales as she takes 1 tissue and places it on top of the other. Folding them up in a smaller, thicker square, she applies a little bit of rubbing alcohol. That's good. Please let me take another look. Wait a minute. She gonna do what I think she's going to do? This is looking just like when Mom used to take care of me whenever I got hurt. I don't remember what Mom used every time, but I remember it stinging pretty bad. I reluctantly remove the tissue from my face so that Yuri can do her magic. Looks like it's cleaned up considerably. I'm sorry in advance if this hurts. I don't respond back. I just close my eyes and wait for the inevitable stinging sensation to infiltrate my face. Come on. It's been 3 seconds now. I just want this to... I inhale a little strongly and close my eyes a little tighter in response to the prepared yet also unexpected stinging I predicted. God, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just hang on. It'll be over soon. Just hang in there. I exhale the moment all unpleasant sensations have stopped, relax my eyes, and open them. Once my eyesight returns to normal, I look around to see Yuri messing around trying to get a bandage out of its wrapper. Hold still for a bit. Once she has overcome that obstacle, she carefully approaches me again and applies the bandage over the now presumably cleaner area. She reels back and begins cleaning up all the garbage items around her. Take my right hand and feel where the bandage was applied. Yep, that's on there pretty well. Not always easy to do, right? I wonder if this was her first attempt at this. Hey. Once she finishes placing all the garbage in her bag for whatever reason, she looks over to me. Thanks for the help. It's very nice of you, but how come you wanted to help so bad? The nurse probably would have done the same thing. Well, we're friends, are we not? Aren't friends supposed to help each other? I was too forward with all this, wasn't I? I don't usually act like that. No need to worry. I'm glad you decided to help. I'm sorry, Diverse. I feel like I don't quite know everything about being a dedicated friend. It's okay, Yuri. Something new like this can be hard to figure out, but it seems like you're getting the hang of it. Thanks again for helping, by the way. I feel like I owe you one now. It's the least I can do. I guess it just felt like the right thing to do, so I trusted my instincts. If I may ask, what caused all this to happen? F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere, anytime at all, down here in the Doki for I don't know. If I may ask, what caused all this to happen? I kind of don't want to talk about it, but remember that Wallace guy? I kind of don't want to talk about it, but remember that Wallace guy I told you about yesterday? Excuse me. Yes, but I can't put a face to the name. Remember what I said yesterday about him picking on various people? No, you don't mean... Yes, and I have no clue why. The nerve of him! My eyes widened a little bit after her sudden outburst. Nobody deserves to be treated as such, especially someone as special as my friend. I'm just gonna assume she doesn't mean special needs. I'm glad you care, Yuri. At least someone in this... excuse me. At least someone in this building does. Why do people have to act the way they do? Why can't people care more sometimes? There are times when I wish I was invisible so that nobody would bother me. Nobody would have a reason to inflict pain on everyone. Nobody would have a reason to throw words like creep and stupid around. There wouldn't be any inappropriate insinuation of who likes who. A lot more people could live their lives more comfortably. Diverse, stop it! That's when she reaches to place her hand on my shoulder with a look of concern. Please, don't think you're the cause of all this. We all have a little devil inside of us. Some just let them show by how they act or speak. She takes a second or two to take a breather, while her grip on my shoulder remains consistent. Both you and I may... I'm sorry. Both you and I may be different from others, but our existence alone is not the reason why they act the way they do. I know what it's like to want to disappear. I know what it's like to get laughed at for simply being yourself. Her grip tightens a little bit. And it pains me to hear such things happening to you. Just know that you're not alone. I may not know what else to say other than... I value our friendship greatly. And I wouldn't like it very much if you vanished. Yuri looks away at me. Yuri looks away from me, visibly flustered. I didn't expect for this girl to make a smirk appear on my face, but here we are. I think she's a keeper. Take my free arm and place it on her shoulder. Thanks for making me feel better. I knew I'd like being friends with you. She can't hide her God damn it. She can't hide her smile as this impromptu hug lasts for a few seconds. Hey, that reminds me. What are we gonna do about lunchtime? We only have about 25 minutes left until it's over. Her eyes light up as she realizes the time restraints we now have. Oh, you're right. When we release from each other, she pulls her bag towards her, reaches inside, and pulls out a bento box. So we eat quite a few of those in the lunchroom whenever I decide to eat in there, but I wouldn't expect Yuri to bring one. I wonder if she does this every day. Excuse me. She turns around to face me and opens it up. Inside is grilled whitefish, white rice, zucchini, and some kind of white fruit I've never seen in my life. They almost look like eyeballs, but dear lord, everything else smells amazing. Everything that I recognize in there is something that I enjoy. That's one thing I'm glad my parents got me into, trying all different kinds of foods as a kid. While I'm admiring the look and scent of what's in front of me, Yuri places the bento box down. Reaching into her bag again, she pulls out 2 pairs of chopsticks and hands me one of the pairs. Looks like both sets are made of plastic, which is good because bamboo irritates my lips. I wonder if that's the case with her. Also, the amount of stuff in there makes me think that her bag is a replica of that one blue robot cat's 4th dimensional secret gadget pocket. Oh! Thanks, Yuri! I left my set in my locker. I didn't think my extra pair of chopsticks would come in handy so soon. A dumb smile appears on my face. God, she's so silly. It's pretty likable. By the way, did you make this yourself? Oh? Yes, I did. I'm amazed. Is cooking another one of your hobbies? Well, I don't know if I would consider it to be a hobby. It's something my mother showed me how to do every now and then. Man, this girl's good at everything! Neat. Let's enjoy, we don't have much time left. She smiles eagerly at me like she's been waiting for this moment for a while. Agreed. Taking a hold of my pair of chopsticks, I grab a piece of the whitefish and devour it. Holy mother of balls. This is too good! There's no way she made this! I mean, you can't make fish, but words. I'm glad that Yuri brought me over here for this. I look over to her to see her enjoying what she made as well. She looks so content. Oh god, sorry, that's my brother's car. She looks so content, so happy, so pretty. Maybe oh my god, I need to frickin', I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't stare at her. Oh, I know. I clear my throat before speaking to her. Hey, Yuri. Once I see that I've grabbed her attention, I use my chopsticks to point the white fruit that I still don't know what it's called. What are these supposed to be? Oh, those? Those are lychee fruit. I'm guessing you've never had them before? No, I've not. Yuri grabs her chopsticks, snatching up one of the fruits. Meanwhile, I start the bento again, nearly drooling, admiring what she made for today. Since she's eating hers now, maybe she'll save the other one for me? I'll grab one when I feel up to it. It's been so long since Mom made me zucchini. Time comes to a screeching halt. Did she just... As I'm frozen in this moment, my sense of sight overpowers my sense of taste as I look over to see Yuri looking away, red in the face, gripping her hair again. Don't worry, I wasn't expecting it either. Oh yeah, I have a fruit to taste. Once I'm out of my short stupor, I take a few bites and I am pleased by how good this tastes. Texture is definitely different from everything else I've had in my life, but these are nice and sweet. I can definitely see myself enjoying these again in the future. In fact, I look over to Yuri again, whose face hasn't changed one bit. Ugh, I can't believe I did that. Relax. I really like them. I want another one. I scooch a little bit closer to her to grab another lychee fruit out of the 3 remaining and happily enjoy it. You probably think I'm even weirder now. Nah, you're being likable, not weird. I knew you'd say... Huh? You're really fun to be around. I even told you that yesterday. Fun. She looks away, blushing for probably the 13th time I've seen her do so in my life. Now, you know, I've got to get back at you somehow, right? What? Maybe I shouldn't have worded it that way. I think I worried her. What do you mean? Relax, Yuri. I don't mean anything bad by that. We should probably hurry up, though. Okay. Don't make me worry. Don't make me worry like that. My right hand scratches the back of my head for the first time today. Right, my bad. We continue enjoying our meal until no grain of rice is left uneaten. Hey, Malik! Once we finished up, Yuri takes a now empty bento and places it back into her bag along with her pair of chopsticks. Since Yuri let me borrow her second pair of chopsticks, it only seems right if I return them to her. I reach over to her to poke her left shoulder and hand her my pair. Hey Yuri, you can have these back now. She looks back at me, not sure what to think. Don't make me... Shut up. Shut up! It's like 1 in the afternoon, I shouldn't be this tired. Oh, you can hold on to them if you'd like. That is, I mean, thanks, but I'm afraid I'll end up losing them, and that'd make me feel bad if I did that. These are yours anyways. Well, okay, Diverse. I'll trust your judgment. She takes the pair from me and also places them in her bag. She then grabs her bag and we both get up from the floor. We both leave the classroom and begin making our way to my locker. Thankfully, the hallway is rather empty. We probably have about 1 minute or so of silence before students start flooding the hallways, trying to get to wherever they need to be. Once me and Yuri approach my locker, she taps on my shoulder to get my attention. Hey, Diverse. Yeah? She looks relieved. Thank you for earlier. This was very enjoyable for me. She's the one who patched me up. She's the one who started her lunch with me and introduced me to something new. I'm the one who should be thanking her. You know what? Why not? Without a warning, I approach her and wrap my arms around her, resting my head on her left shoulder. She doesn't initially respond. No, Yuri. Thank you for turning today around for me. You're a lifesaver. Let's do this again sometime. As I'm up close, I end up smelling a hint of lavender? Must be her hair or perfume or something. Either way, it adds to this moment. This kind of reminds me of that one song, something about In the Arms of an Angel, except nowhere near as dark. But she isn't hugging back. I end up releasing from her to see that her face has been destroyed by pink, but I can't help the slow creeping feeling of disappointment inside me. I'll see you at the club. With that, she runs off to wherever her locker is. Maybe I overdid it again. I guess I'll see her again later today. I'm assuming this is the end of the school day? 2:59? Yep. Classes are over for the day and it's time to make my way to the club. I'm looking forward to what's in store for today. Walking out of class and towards my locker, can't help but think about the lesson that was taught in my general English class today. General is a term that's used in this school for special education classes. At least there isn't a whole section of our school dedicated to general classes. That'd be kind of weird. Once I'm at my locker, I open it up, quickly stuff everything in my backpack, take my jacket and backpack out, and close my locker to avoid any further incidents. On my way to the club, my mind still lingers on what I couldn't understand in English class today. I think Monica might be able to help. She's pretty smart, and I really haven't spoken with her much. Yeah, I'll do that. Approaching the club room and opening the door, I place my bag by the door and look around to see the usual scene. Monica's at the main desk in her corner. Sarah's looking in her bag for stuff. Natsuki's hanging out by one of the desks near the closet. Yuri is nowhere to be seen. That's strange. I'm usually the last one here. I'm certain she wouldn't take too long. Monica then approaches me. Hi, Diverse! Huh? Oh! Hey, Monica. After looking at Monica for a little bit, flashbacks of what happened at the end of the club yesterday appear in what Monica said to me. Maybe I should say something to her. Natsuki as well. Sorry about yesterday, by the way. She looks a little bit confused. Hmm? Oh, that! No need to worry about it. That's in the past now. Okay, thanks, Monica. I give her a confirming nod to show how relieved I am since she looks I give her a confirming nod to show how relieved I am and she looks a bit happier. Not a problem. Ready for another fun day here? Yeah, for whatever today throws at me. That's what I like to hear. You did remember to write a poem this time, right? I did this time. Good. After poem sharing session today, there will be a special announcement. What was I thinking about earlier today? Oh yeah! Hey Monica, you said I can tell you about anything that's bothering me, right? Huh? Looks like I threw her off guard. Oh, of course! Try to help as much as I can. Okay, because something in my English class was bothering me today. So when I was walking here, I thought, Monica's smart, she might be able to help me. Any amount of confusion that was shown on Monica's face is now gone and has been replaced with a somewhat flirtatious look. Oh, you were thinking of me? Well, aren't you a sweetheart? What was on your mind today? Why the hell is she calling me that? It's time to make her question her academic career. Why does adjective and adverb both have to start with a D? Like, seriously. You have to make two words deliberately sound like almost exactly the same to confuse people? Hold on, what? Shit. Adjective and adverb. Oh. That I don't know. It's like, whoever did that had to have been doing it deliberately. Because, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess because they both describe something, so it's easier to remember that they both describe something because they both start with ad. When's the last time you saw an ad that was descriptive? And the whole room has gone silent. This is 2 days in a row that I've been able to do this. Even Sayori is staring at me, mouth agape. Maybe I said too much. You're smart, right? I'm sure she can answer that. That's when I feel a tap on my right shoulder. I overheard everything. I'll be able to explain that to you when we get around to reading together today. Okay, that sounds fair. The adverb and adjective. That might just be a coincidence. I have a feeling that might just be a coincidence, but then again, I don't know if there's like some deeper meaning behind adverb and adjective, but besides how they just sound. I mean, I know what kind of words they are, but like, I don't know. Oh, Zach, have you been working on Heart for One? Yeah. I'm excited for the full release, buddy. She smiles back at me and proceeds to walk over to her usual desk in the room. I take this moment to close my eyes and bring both my arms up above my head to breathe a little bit. Something about having my airways open up more. Really? Let me try that. Oh, I just hit my microphone. Oh my god, that just made me yawn. I don't really see a difference. I guess that's because I probably just went through mid-stretch. I don't care if anyone's watching right now. Wait. What's stopping me from reading with her now? Oh, that's right. I should probably talk with Natsuki about yesterday. Oh dear lord, please help me. Once I bring my arms down to a normal level, I take a moment to look at the club room again, only to see the actual usual scene before my eyes. Just like how things should be. I stay where I am for a little bit to build up my confidence before heading into the theoretical private property area that is the closet. I walk over there only to see that she's jumping up and down? That's what it looks like. What the heck is she doing in there? Oh, she's reaching for her manga. Hey, everything going all right? Ah! Don't scare me like that, dummy! Maybe her saying that is a recurring theme, but I still don't like it. Oh, my bad. What do you want this time, you big goof? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Hey, so, about yesterday, I didn't mean to make a big stop it. I'm taken aback by her words. I wasn't done yet. No! Don't talk. That's behind us now. Stop worrying about it. Well, alright, if you say so. I guess I should take Natsuki's word for it. She did seem like she was in a good mood earlier today from what I saw with her and Sayori. By the way, what was so important that you needed to talk to Mon-ika's ear off? Why did she say her name all weird? Just something that was on my mind. Maybe I went a bit overboard. You're just bad as Yuri sometimes. Jeez, first Sayori, now Yuri? Is that a bad thing? Maybe you two were meant for each other. No, face, don't turn red now! God dang it! I can't help but bury my hand in my hands out of embarrassment. This only lasts for a few seconds until I'm able to look at her again. She's struggling to contain her laughter. Natsuki, please! Jeez, I just wanted to read manga again. You what? Every process in my mind of trying to form words has stopped due to the stare that she's giving me. I'm glued in place for a little bit until I can remember why I want to read. I only got to read the first chapter of Parfait Girls yesterday, so I'd like to continue reading the rest if that's okay with you. I don't know, you might end up breaking my manga somehow. How in the hell does one break a manga? And no use in getting any aneurysm trying to figure out her base. But what? Oh, okay. And no use in getting an aneurysm trying to figure out her base backwards logic. It's not nice to stare, you know. I immediately look away from her. Oh, shoot, my bad. Just stop being a weirdo and go get me a chair. What? A chair? For what? Monica put my manga on the top shelf again and I can't reach it. A chair would probably be dangerous if she tries what I'm thinking of. Why don't I try reaching it for you? No! God, does this girl have to yell all the time? I can do it myself. Just need a chair, that's all. You do want to read, don't you? Well, it's her funeral, not mine. Fine. Just give me a little bit. I turn myself counterclockwise until I'm facing where Sayori normally is, and I make my way to grab a chair for the circus act she's about to put on. On my way there, I end up jamming my left foot into a leg of one of the desks. Oh, Jesus! That scared me. Jeez, I didn't think it was this clumsy. I'm stuck in place, eyes closed for what feels like forever while I wait for the waves of pain to make its way through my foot. Diverse, are you okay? I heard that from all the way over here! Once the pain is gone, I open my eyes to see Sayori standing next to me with a look of concern. No orange bow this time. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. It's just one of those things you hate to have happen. I'm all better now.
Okay, good. I was just about to go see Monica real quick, but I saw you got hurt, so I wanted to see what's up.
Okay, I gotcha. What's going on with Monica? Her look of concern is now gone.
I just gotta ask her something. I'm gonna go to the vending machine right now. I'm kinda hungry.
Snack time! Oh, can I go with you? It takes a second or two for her to respond back.
Sure! I don't see why not.
Alright, awesome! Yikes, don't get too excited. Not in public, at least. I just gotta take care of something for Natsuki real quick.
Okay. Meet me by the door when you're done. I'm gonna go bug Monica now.
Right. I nod my head at her and she gives me a cheerful smile. After that, I look around and spot an available chair that's close to me. Taking a hold of it, I bring it over to the closet where Natsuki is hanging out and place it in front of her. Welcome back, Mr. Popular. She then uncrosses her arms and brings the chair into the closet. Ah, jeez. Hey, look. Me and Sarah are going to the vending machine real quick. You want something from there? Yeah, sure, hang on. She walks out of the closet and over to where we sat down yesterday, as that's where her bag is. Her bag isn't nearly as big as Yuri's. I shouldn't be too surprised by that. She opens it up and pulls out a singular dollar bill, then closes her bag, walks over to me and puts her dollar bill close to my face. Give me a Snickers bar and nothing else. Got it, bro? I pause for a moment at what she said and carefully take the money from her to stuff it in one of my pockets. Snickers bar, nothing else. Got it. With that, I turn away from Natsuki to see Sayori walking away from Monica and towards the door. Perfect timing. Once I approach the door, I open it and allow Sayori to leave first, just like my mom taught me. Well, you know what I mean. Once the both of us are in the hallway and we begin our little adventure, I do a quick look around to see if anyone else is around. And it looks like we're safe. Time to come forth with what's on my mind to Sayori. Hey, if I may ask, what did you talk with Monica about?
Huh? Oh! It was just about if she wanted anything. No surprise she said no. She's a vegetarian after all.
Whoa, for real?
Yeah, something about a carbon footprint. But how can that be a footprint?
Can't help but laugh to myself over that. I'm somewhat worried about mine too. I thought about learning more about being environmentally friendly. Maybe that'll make for a cool hobby or something.
Ooh! That sounds cool! You have to teach me a thing or two about that if you do.
Makes me happy knowing that she would want to learn more about a potential interest. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
What do you have to see Natsuki about?
What should I tell her? Part about the manga or the part about the Snickers? Let's go with the easier to explain option here. Pretty much the same thing. She wanted candy just like we do. Quite the coinky dink, if you ask me. Siri giggles rather loudly at my intentional botched attempt of saying confidence. Feels good to make someone else laugh at my own humor. It's something that rarely ever happens in life. Seconds pass between us before I open my mouth again. Hey, Sayori. You did remember to bring your own money with you, right? She looks at me inquisitively again.
Yeah, of course I did. I know better than to rely on other people to buy stuff for me.
Well, that's good to know. My arms go behind my back as we're still walking. Okay, I was just wondering, that's all. She then giggles at me, which I did not expect at all.
You remind me too much of Yuri sometimes.
My mouth is a little more than ajar right now, and my nervousness rose significantly. What makes you think that?
I don't know what it is about it. You two just seem similar.
Is it really that noticeable? Yeah, I suppose. Yuri. She said she'd explain my problem from earlier to me. I hope I get to see her soon. Another moment later, and we've reached our hunger stopper. To my surprise, Sari hands me her dollar bill. What's this about?
Give me the donuts on the left!
Still curious as to why I'm doing this for her. I look at the selection in front of me and see Sari's finger blocking part of my vision. After re-establishing my focus and following where her finger is pointing, I see that she's pointing to the packaged white powdered donuts on the left side of the machine. Those ones. Right.
No, silly! Left!
Right. Oh, wait, I mean... Without another word, I do whatever is necessary to get her snack to her. Once she happily takes it from me, I look back at the variety in front of me. What looks good? Oh! There we go! Haven't had a chocolate bar in a while. Pulling on my wallet from my back right pocket, I open it up and notice I only have $1 left. Ah, so I was right. Looks like I'll have to go to the ATM after school today. After the process of obtaining a snack, I turn around to see Sayori patiently waiting for me. I'm honestly surprised she didn't run off on me.
Come on, Slowpoke! Let's head back now!
Yeah. Once I catch up to her, we continue our way back to the classroom, but something in the back of my mind is itching at me. Probably nothing important. So, hey, Sayori, I never asked you. What are some of your hobbies? She looks shocked at such a question.
Hobbies? Well, I like writing, coloring animals, working with children.
Okay, that last one nearly threw me for a loop. Working with children? What do you like about that?
Oh, it's so much fun! Just being around them, I like playing with them, coloring, painting, snack time, everything. When I grow up, I want to work at a daycare!
A genuine smile forces its way onto my face. Ah, so still a toy store kid at heart. I'm impressed. It's rare to see such people nowadays.
I guess I see myself as a kid at heart. That's why I relate to them so much.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. Why'd you bring in a book for Yuri yesterday?
Oh boy. How am I supposed to answer this? Well, she was nice to all of us when you brought me into the club. I mean, she even made tea for us. I guess I wanted to be nice back to her and return the favor. I think she even said something about how books take her far away for something, I don't know.
Aww, that's That's sweet of you, Diverse. I may not have talked with you much over our high school years, but I always thought you were all around a nice person, and that proves it!
Blushing slightly at Sayori's words, I can't help but feel nice inside. She's pretty cool, I have to admit. Hey Doki Raid and Omar Hisham. Well, welcome to the stream, guys. Once we arrive back to the club room, the chocolate bar in my hand goes straight to my bag. Sayori walks over to her side of the room she usually sticks around. I get a glimpse of Monica looking over towards me and smiling at me. Oh shoot! I completely forgot to buy Natsuki her candy! What do I do? Do I run back and buy her candy or give her money back? Eyes widening at the thought of her being angry about not getting her candy, I quickly turn around, leave the club room, close the door for a second time today. Scanning the hallway to see if anyone's watching, I start booking it to the vending machine once I deem it safe. Heck, man, are you kidding me? Once I'm outside the door, I take a moment or two to catch my breath, breathing a little heavily. Jeez, man. Shows how active I am. The door opens up on me before I begin the ready process of reaching for the handle, and seeing Monica pop out of the room startles me. Diverse? Everything okay? Yeah, everything's alright. Sorry if I've caused any concern. You're alright? Can you tell me what happened? It's nothing too serious. I just forgot to buy a candy bar for Natsuki, that's all. Monica gives me a quite familiar smile. Oh, so we're buying candy for Natsuki, are we? She gave me the money for it. So, yeah, I guess. Monica giggles at me. Oh, I see how it is. Don't worry, I won't tell Yuri. I can't help but instantly look away from Monica and be left speechless. Oh god, no. What would Yuri think if she found out something like this? Also, what is she trying to insinuate here? I'm just kidding. Phew. Okay. But please, try not to concern us like that again. You shouldn't leave a girl worrying like that. I lower my head a little bit. Yes, Monica. I don't know why I'm remembering this right now, but I may as well bring it up with Monica. Hey, earlier when I was talking to Natsuki, she butchered your name by saying Monica. Know anything about that? Oh my god. She's never gonna let that one go, is she? I still don't get it. Don't worry about it. It's something stupid from last year's festival. Now, come on. Let's head back in. Did you get the candy bar? With the both of us back in the club, another looks around, shows that everything is in order. I was just thinking about Yuri earlier. What's she doing? Looking at the middle of the room, I see that Yuri has her face buried in my book. This not only sets me at ease, but makes me quite happy. Right, Natsuki. Let's get this over with. Taking a moment to breathe, I walk over to the closet and prepare for whatever I'm getting myself into. I see that the chair from earlier is still in the spot I placed it. Hey there. She looks over at me with a somewhat annoyed expression. I wish I didn't feel like I was messing around with a beehive every time I approach her. Not the bees. Took you long enough, slowpoke. Ugh. First Sayori, now you? I can never catch a break, can I? Oh no, what's that face for? Nope. Not if you keep this up. I mean, she kinda has a point. Fine, fine. Looks like you... I've had a Snickers in forever. Just like yesterday with the manga, snatched right out of my hands. She hastily tears off the wrapper and takes a big bite. I'd be lying if I were to say I'm not jealous, but that's not important right now. Anyway, looks like you were about to get your manga down. Yep. Got it ready while you were taking your sweet time. Please, no, not much more of this. Fair enough. I was only about to read through the first chapter yesterday. I was kind of hoping to get through the Suddenly, a manga appears on my chest, but I instinctively take a hold of... Oh my god. Suddenly, a manga appears on my chest, to which I instinctively take a hold of it. Hey, bro! You're talking to yourself again! Azuki then takes a few steps away from me. What's that supposed to mean? It helps at times. Just take it already and try not to ruin any of the pages. Alright, fine. Bringing the manga up to my face to take another look at the cover for a few seconds, I'm immediately questioning why I'm not with Yuri right now reading more of my book with her. She still has to answer that one question for me. Alright, how about I read about 5 minutes of this, say I got through the second chapter, and give it back to her? Yeah! What could possibly go wrong? Making sure to take a seat on the floor that's a considerable distance away from Natsuki, open up the manga from... Jeez, oh man, where did I leave off at? What feels like the longest 5 minutes of my life pass, I've found myself enjoying this a bit less than what I did yesterday. I don't know if it was genuine disinterest in this series or me being anxious about getting to spend time with Yuri again. Excuse me. Closing the volume and getting myself up from the floor, I walk over to the closet to see Natsuki sitting on the now-moved chair reading what I can only make out to be a much later volume. Maybe I should keep my voice lowered so I don't startle her. Kinda like I'm in a library or something. Hey, I'm all done. Huh? Can you speak up a bit? Ugh! I got through the second chapter. I'm here to give this back. I return her manga back to her, only to have her somewhat forcefully... Oh, god damn it. The bodily functions today. Hiccups, yawns, the frickin' everything happening all at once. I return her manga back to her, only to have her somewhat forcefully take it from my hands. This is getting really annoying. She then looks over the first few pages and places her finger on the top of them, probably feeling them for creases. Alright, I'll hold on to this for now. Both me and her end up awkwardly looking at each other for a second or so. Hey, Diverse. For once, she sounds Excuse me. For once, she sounds inquisitive instead of... I don't know. How I usually hear her, I guess? Yeah, what's going on? Just so you know, you're the only person here who wanted to give my manga a chance, so I hope you feel special. I tried getting Yuri to give it a chance, but she wouldn't for Lord only knows why. And Siri's too busy worrying about the festival to read either. I almost forgot the festival is a thing. Also, now I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty over the fact that I didn't really read much of her manga just now. For real? Well, to be honest, I don't know a lot of people in this school who also read manga. It only seemed fair that I check it out. She doesn't respond. I bet she's thinking about something. By the way, how'd you get into manga in the first place? You're probably the first girl I've seen that actually reads it. Oh. Something I've always enjoyed when I was younger, and it just stuck with me. When I was 7 or 8, my mom got me my first manga I ever read. It was my first real hobby, I guess. Something that'll always remind me of her. That's pretty exciting. My parents effectively did the same thing with certain toys and whatnot. Isn't it exciting when you have something you like that you can talk with people about? Yeah, it feels nice. Especially when people don't make fun of you for liking certain things. Dang, relatable. Yeah, tell me about it. That's one reason why I don't talk much in this school. Some people just really suck. Like that K guy in our school. Oh, I bet he sucks in more ways than one. You frickin' weirdo. Dang, I can't believe she thought that was funny. I usually never think of stuff like that. But he tried ruining my manga one day last year, but Monica put a stop to that. Nobody in our school brought... Last year... Oh! So that's what that was about! Boy, what a bitch. You can say that again. Okay, I'm on my computer. Hey! Hey, guys. What's up, Yandere? I might just be poking at the bee's nest again with this question. Not the bees! Not the bees! So, I'm guessing your parents are doing okay? Okay, yeah, maybe that was a bad idea. That's none of your business! Now I feel a little bad for asking. Alright, sorry I brought it up. I think I'm gonna go see what Yuri's up to. Yeah, whatever. You go have fun with your girly friend, you hear? I'm frozen in place with my mind racing right now. She doesn't really mean... Relax, dummy. You know I'd never think of you two like that. Great, now I'm starting to feel a little disappointed. Taking a moment to shake that thought off and also my head for a bit, I turn away from Natsuki. With slight nervousness building up inside, I make my way over to see Yuri. The time I've been waiting for has finally come. Once I approach her, I see that she's still enjoying my book. But my concentration is broken as she looks over to me and smiles. Oh, hello again, Diverse. I was wondering when you would show up. Hi, Yuri. Yeah, I may or may not have gotten sidetracked most of the day. It's then that I take a moment to see what part of the book she's currently on. Oh, hey, may I see what part of the story you're on? Oh, sure. She carefully hands my book back to me, pages wide open. Once back in my possession, I look around for any random sentence on the pages and begin to read. Eyes glistening in the sunlight with a newfound determination, our beloved Ellie takes off into the airplane jungle in an attempt to gather resources. The thoughts of excitement and self-righteousness fill her mind as she thinks about building a shelter for her newly made rhinoceros friend. Ooh, this part's good! I think you're gonna like what's coming up next. Oh, is that so? Well, if it's anything like how the rest of this book has been, it'll be nothing short of spectacular. There she goes, being accidentally cute again. But Diverse, I have a request. Oh, what's going on? Well, I still have to explain your issue from earlier today to you, and... I was thinking we could make some tea beforehand, if that's okay. Yes! Yuri, that would be great! I'd actually really like that. Her warm smile happily makes a return. Then it's settled. I have to mark my spot in your book, then I'll go grab the kettle and tea set. Sounds good. I'm gonna go tell Monica what we're doing, then I'll meet you at the door, alright? Very well. I have to plug in the kettle at the wall where Sayori is first. So it'll take us both a little bit before we're ready. It's perfectly fine. With that, she gets up from her desk and we both go our separate ways. For a little bit, that is. On my walk over to Monica, I begin thinking of what I'm gonna say to her. I wish simplest stuff as telling Monica that me and Yuri are going in the hallway real quick wasn't so difficult when I know I made her concerned just a little bit ago. It doesn't take long before I approach her. Looks like she's writing down some stuff. She coloring black circles onto lines on paper? I thought Sayori was the one who liked coloring around here. Oh well, I won't judge. Monica? Diverse? What's going on? I thought it would be appropriate if I told you that me and Yuri will be excusing ourselves for the club for a little bit. No need to be so formal, silly. But thanks for telling me this time. What's going on? Okay, me and Yuri are gonna be making some tea. That's why we'll be gone for a little bit. Okay, that's fine. But isn't that more of a one-person kind of job? How am I supposed to respond to that? I just want to spend time with my friend, okay? Alright, alright. I wouldn't dare take time away from you two. Just make enough for everyone, okay? I could really go for some tea right now. Alright, I'll let her know. I'll be back. No, we'll be back. Fat Monica resumes her coloring, and I turn away to walk to the door. Once Yuri and I meet up, we leave the classroom, teapot in her hand, and she leads the way to the closest water fountain. Our walk to the fountain started in comfortable silence between the two of us for about 5 seconds until Yuri surprisingly breaks it. So, what did you need the address with, Monica? Oh, what? Wait, what did you need to address? Excuse me. So, what did you need to address with Monica? Oh, that. I just had to tell her what we were doing. I felt like it was the right thing to do since this is the 3rd time I left the club room today. The 3rd time? Must not have noticed. She's probably too busy, absorbed into my book to notice my absence. Not complaining, though. Oh, that reminds me. Monica told me to tell you to make enough for everyone. Very well then. I tend to anyway. Before I know it, we're both at the water fountain about 3 rooms away from our club room. Always nice and silent, nobody's around to bother us. Yuri takes her teapot and starts filling it up while I wait beside her. Can't help but laugh to myself at the thought of pretending to be her bodyguard at this point in time. That's when Yuri looks over to me. Diverse, what's so funny? Oh, just something silly I thought of. Nothing too important. Care to share? It seems a little embarrassing to share something like that to her. I don't know how she'd react. Wait a second! Yuri, the teapot! Huh? Oh! Looks like I alerted her at just the right time, as her teapot isn't quite overflowing, but dangerously close to. She quickly takes her hands away from the water fountain. Thanks, Diverse. I guess that's what I get for not paying attention. No worries, that happens to me quite often, so you're not alone. Well, good to know I'm not alone then. I don't think I ever want her to be alone. Shall we head back now? Yes, let's. With our now full teapot in hand, we continue our walk back to the classroom, but Yuri's walking a little more slowly than our journey to the fountain. I'm guessing she's being careful about not wanting to spill water all over the place. Taking that into consideration, I slow down my pace in order for her to keep up. It only seems like the right thing to do. Hey, Yuri? Yes, Diverse? I hope I don't sound rude, but earlier today, right before lunchtime, probably would sound rude if I straight up ask... It probably would sound rude if I straight up ask her why she keeps garbage in her bag all the time. I was wondering why you keep so much stuff in your bag. Oh, well, I hope you don't think I'm a hoarder or anything. It's actually the opposite. I prefer to be a neat freak most of the time. That's cool, but I can respect that. I can't stand having my house be a disaster. I feel the same way. To answer your question though, the first thing I do when I arrive home from school is to take everything out of my bag and put only the essentials back in. It's almost like I'm starting with a clean slate every day. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. There's a really nice feeling that comes from having everything nice and organized, wouldn't you agree? Oh, of course. A few seconds pass by us before I speak up again. Hey, Yuri? I know I've said this already, but I'm still really happy that you're giving my book a chance. I never really get to share my interests or stuff with anyone. I'm then reminded of Natsuki telling that Yuri wouldn't give her manga a chance, and a weird feeling of appreciation for Yuri makes itself known to me over what I just told her. I can see her smile slowly disappearing. Well, it's nothing really diverse. I understand the feeling of keeping hobbies to oneself. Sometimes it feels like being trapped in a cage, whereas other times it's nice to avoid potential judgment from others. Dang, trapped in a cage. I never thought of it that way. Well, that's one way of putting it. Oh, speaking of which, do you still have the book I gave you yesterday? I still do. It's been in my backpack the whole time. Now that I think about it, I haven't even checked out the name of her book. I really should get around to that. Portrait of Markov. Ooh! Do you think we could read your book after we finish mine? Yes, I think I would enjoy that. You've been quite the help with explaining things about your book. In all fairness, I should probably do the same with mine. I like that. Sounds like a good time. But I still have quite a bit of your book left to go. That's okay. I didn't expect us to finish my book today. I'm certain we still have a few days left until that happens. You're probably right. Once we approach the clubroom door, I take the initiative to open the door for Yuri, since she still has her hands full. She gives me a bright smile as she walks in. That's probably her way of saying thanks, and it makes me feel all warm and tingly inside. Feels nice to do nice things like this for my friend. I like this feeling. Once we're both inside and the door is closed, Yuri looks over to me. Diverse, I'm going to finish making the tea, and we're both going to distribute cups to everyone in the class. You take care of Monika and Sayori for me? I'll handle Natsuki so you don't have to. Oh, thank goodness. Of course! Excellent. Man, doing this must put her in a really good mood or something. I'm guessing this is something she enjoys doing. Before I walk over to Yuri's desk, I reach down to grab my backpack from its usual spot and take it with me over to her desk. Once I'm over there, I place my backpack right on top of her desk and grab an unused chair adjacent to hers to bring it close, but this time I don't place it directly next to hers. Instead, the chair is placed parallel to hers on the opposite side so that it'd be facing her. Taking a seat, I open up my book bag to find the book that Yuri gave me. Looks like it's a little bit brighter than my book. Its cover is a nice dark shade of purple, almost like Yuri's hair. A square is placed in the middle of the book with a concrete building on a grassy plain in the A square is placed in the middle of the book with a concrete building on a grassy plain in the shape of the castle's battlement with the princess looking out of one of the kernels on the cover. Commas, my friend! Commas! The book is titled An Unlikely Hero. I don't think I've ever heard of this in my life. Think I'll give it some attention another time. What's Yuri up to? Having spotted Yuri over near the closet, she seems to be carrying a paper bag with what I'm assuming are tea leaves or tea bags or something. Watching her movements as she's preparing the tea for everyone, she seems to move with such elegance and grace. This is something I would probably expect from Monika, but the scene in front of me is quite mesmerizing. Just like how stunning she was when I first saw her at the lake yesterday for the first time. A smile makes its way onto my face after thinking about the events of yesterday for a little bit. But I'm broken out of my trance as I remember that Yuri wanted me to hand cups of tea out to everyone. Yeah, I think it's time I give her a hand now. Placing my backpack on the ground to the right of my seat, then standing up from my Yuri's desk, I walk over to the now steaming teapot to see she's pouring tea. I walk over to the now steaming teapot to see she's pouring tea in separate glass cups she keeps in the room. Is it time, Yuri? Yes, but please be careful. We wouldn't want anything to break now. I'll play it safe then. One at a time. How sagacious of you. Yeah, that. Taking one of the cups over to Sayori, she grabs it from me and thanks me. Walking back to the surplus of teacups we have, I grab another one. Walking over to where Monica is, while trying not to burn my fingers, I carefully set it down in front of her. Diverse? Yeah? Oh, nothing. Just wanted to say hi. Thanks for the tea, by the way. What was the point of that? I find myself scratching the back of my head. Yeah, no problem. Turning away from her, I return to where the teacups initially were, only to find Yuri patiently waiting for me. Should I say saving the best for last? Nah, that might sound too conceited. I decide to speak up as she pours a cup for me and her. You really do this properly, don't you? Nice. Hey, Marco! It only seems appropriate. I shouldn't do any less while I'm making tea for others. She looks away and blushes for the square root of 64th time. What? Especially for my friend. I can't help but bury my head in my hands as my smile grows bigger. I kind of really like it when she says that. Taking a moment to recover from the sudden blood rush to my face, I take one of the teacups and carefully make my way back to Yuri's desk with her falling behind me. Once I take my seat at my spot at her desk and place my teacup down, the first thing I do is blow on it and take a sip. That's when Yuri takes her respective seat. We're facing each other now. There is no possible way I can't hide my happiness at the moment. This is such a good idea. I agree. This makes my time in the club that much better. I can understand why. Can't help but feel more comfortable and somewhat safe right now, thanks to the relaxing feeling. The warmth and taste of the tea is also being this close to my friend. Life is good. Oh, I just remembered something. Huh? All without a word, I reach down to my backpack, pull out the chocolate bar I bought earlier. Tearing off the top half of the wrapper, I break off 2 pieces, place them on that Y half of the desk, then break off 2 more and place them on Yuri's side of the desk. This is for you. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Thanks. I'm using another account. Say, hey Monica. Oh fuck. Hey Monica D, Yandere Gaming, and Demi Mob. I've got 2 DokiTubers watching. It's fine. I know them. I know all 3 of them. The Demi of Mob. Hey guys. Thanks for tuning in. I smile warmly at her and enjoy my snack I bought, to which she happily follows suit. Taking another sip of my tea, I take a moment to think about what's exactly going on. This is quite the situation I'm in. Chocolate, tea, an adorable girl in front of me. How lucky can a guy get? Would this be considered a date? I wonder what Yuri thinks of this right now. Anyway, I think it's about time we get started. I am then snapped out of my inquisitive stupor. Right, it's time. I feel more than ready for whatever info dump she's about to give. Alright, so most important, do you know what a verb is? Isn't that an action word? Yes, you could say that. Almost every sentence requires one. You know, words like run, exist, break, the list goes on. This is important to know if we want to understand what adverbs are. Before we get to that, we must bring up adjectives. Do you know how those work? They describe something. Adjectives, yeah, like I said earlier, words that describe something. Whoa! Hey, yo, whoa! Hey, yo, whoa! Hold on a second. Yo, whoa! Okay, hold on a second. I need to process. Whoa. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. What happened there? Okay, that freaked me out a little bit. Whoa. Like I said earlier, like I said in real life, what? Huh? Did I miss a certain dialogue that he explained that adjectives are describing something? What the fuck? Also, thanks Adobe Creative Cloud, shut up. Adjectives. Yeah, like I said earlier, words that describe something. Exactly. For example, words like difficult, friendly, valuable, those can be used to describe a noun. Memories from first grade of elementary school come rushing back to me. Mostly good ones. I remember what those are. A person, place, or thing, right? Yes. Notice how adjectives are used to modify a noun? That's exactly what adverbs do to regular verbs. They describe how something is done. Tell me the first verb that comes to your mind. Walk. Okay. Yuri seems to be deep in thought right now, but returns back to normal after a little bit. And also after some tea between me and her. Okay, so slow is an adjective we can use for this, but remember how I said that adverbs directly modify a verb? Yeah? We'll turn slow into slowly, and that's how it works. Although I don't think slowly walk sounds right. Excuse me. Although I don't think slowly walk sounds right. Walk slowly sounds better. In this case, the adverb would come directly after to make everything sound proper. I hope this makes sense. Well, I understand how those two work now, but I'm still confused about why they start with AD. Ah, you're right, the prefix add. This might be a little bit hard to understand, but when add is used as a prefix, it means it's trying to bring you towards something. I think I can feel my brain hurting by trying to figure this out. When someone advertises something, they're trying to turn your attention towards what they have. If something needs to be adjusted, why don't you say it needs to be tilted towards what you prefer? Oh! When you're on an adventure, wouldn't it seem incomplete if challenges and dangers were not presented towards you? I'm getting a little sidetracked. I'm sorry. Yuri's actually kind of cute when she overtalks like this. No need to be sorry, I kind of like where this is going. A small smile replaces her This is gonna be a sentence and a half. A small smile replaces her apprehensive face. Very well then. To get to the point, adjectives and descriptive words place towards a noun, whereas adverbs tend to be nearer towards a verb. Ah, there we go. That makes so much more sense. Fantastic. Now for a real challenge. Oh? Give me a sentence with an adverb, a verb, and a noun all in the same sentence, and I'll tell you how well you've done. Oh boy. She's really putting me on the spot here. Let's see. Takes a few moments of thinking, but I think I got this down. At McDonald's, I ate slowly. That's my... I gently... Oh! I hate everything! Okay. I gently open the door. Sari then coughs out of nowhere. Maybe it's... Seriously? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. He couldn't handle it. What? That doesn't... Fuck you. It's... Okay. That's... Okay, anyway. I gently opened the door, and then suddenly Sayori coughs out a no. Like, seriously? What is this stream? Anyway. Maybe it's dusty over there or something? That works. Now give me another sentence, this time with only a present form verb and a noun. Present form? Mm-hmm. For example, roll would turn into rolling. She does a weird circular motion with her finger as if to demonstrate what she means. Oh, okay. Alright. Thinking of something shouldn't be too hard. It doesn't take long for another sentence to come to mind. God damn it, what is it gonna be this time? Swinging open the door, Ow! Paper cut! Natsuki gets up from her chair and leaves the room. Well... Alright, I suppose that works. Hey, at least this stream is going better than my Honkai Star Rail. I'm still sorry about what happened with that. I'm sorry, dude. Maybe if it gets if it doesn't eventually work, you can just pre-record it. Also, why is it a 9 instead of a 3 or an 8? Anyway. Alright, I suppose that works. I'm glad I was able to make sense of that issue for you. And that's Yuri's writing tip of the day. I've always wanted to say that. Wow, Yuri, you're so smart! You stream make Yandere happy. Oh, good! I'm glad I can make you I'm glad I can give the Yandere lovely happy. The lovely Yandere happy. There we go. Wow, Yuri, you're so smart! Why aren't you the club president? The look on her face turns from bashful one to slight of embarrassment. No, goodness, I don't dare think about taking on such a responsibility. Monica seems like the perfect fit for that role. Yeah, I can see that. That much responsibility seems scary at times. I concur. By the way, Diverse, don't you have English with Professor Holly? Hmm? Oh, I know who she's talking about now. He's an English teacher for people that are not in special education. No, that's one of my special education classes. Oh, I didn't know. It's okay. I have that class with Professor Julian, but everyone calls him Snow for whatever reason. He's really nice and doesn't mind helping me understand stuff like this. I can feel the blood rush to my face again. Just like how you do. Her lovable blush makes a return. God, I hope I'm not torturing her. That'd be bad. Oh, you're too kind. I don't deserve a friend as nice as you. Just like I said yesterday, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is somewhat awkward silence between us for a while before I remember that we still have some time left to read some of my book. Oh, what about my book? Hmm? Oh, yes, we should probably get back to that. As Yuri reaches down into her bag to retrieve my book, I stand up from my seat in front of her, grab said seat, and carefully bring it around so that it's directly next to hers. Bringing my teacup closer towards me, I then take a seat. Once I'm up closer to her, I take my respective side of the book in our one-of-a-kind formation, but nothing happens for a few seconds. Yuri? What part are you at? Oh, sorry. I'm right here. She points to the sentence in the book where she last left off reading. Oh, okay. That's when I start reading alongside her. After a page or two of reading, my focus on the story becomes less and less, and I can't help but wonder to myself what's going on in Yuri's mind as she ventures through my story. Flashbang! Inside Yuri's mind. Oh, this is like her in the story. Ooh. That's a pretty cool looking outfit. It makes sense too, because this is like Ellie the jungle savior, I think, and she's like, and Yuri's imagining herself as Julie, so it's like, that's clever. It's a scorcher outside, despite all the various banana and palm trees surrounding me. But I can endure such an atmosphere. I have to. I could cool down in the broken down airplane that lays abandoned in this jungle. I don't think I have the time for that right now. I have an important job at hand. There's no turning back right now. Airplane jungle. That was a really cool transition. My journey into the airplane jungle is about halfway finished. As I still have various resources to collect for the shelter that Elia and I are supposed to make tonight. Brandishing my pocket knife, I begin my climb up the banana tree in front of me. Once I'm at the top, keeping myself supported with my left arm and both legs, I grab my pocket knife and tear away at the base of the leaves, making sure they fall to the ground. And then I do the same for the various banana bunches that thrive on this tree. Once this task is complete and I begin my journey downwards, a somewhat familiar voice makes itself known. That's good. Rolling deep. Once I reach the ground and regain my footing, I see two monkeys running up to me. I know them. Candace and Joey. Although he wants to be called the Gremlin mixtape for don't ask questions. I don't even know why that made me laugh so. Anyway, although he wants to be called the Green Mixtape for whatever reason. I won't judge him for having a nickname he wants to go by. Hello again, you two. Candace is the first to speak. Lady Yuri, it's good to see you again.
What is going on?
Right, I forgot he's known for his incessant yelling. Oh, I'm about halfway done with gathering resources for today. Looking down at the banana bunches in front of me, an idea comes to mind. How does snack time sound, boys? Sounds great! Just don't get Candace the green ones. He hates anything green! Laughing to myself quietly as Candace rolls his eyes, I sit down, my back against the banana tree I just climbed. Grabbing a banana bunch and tearing off 3 bananas from the bunch I've harvested, I distribute them evenly among us. It's been a while since I last ate today. I'm gonna need the energy for what I have left to do. At one point in time during snack time, a rumbling of the earth can be heard. Excuse me, what? I distribute them evenly among us. Sorry, the emphasis on the evenly should have been clearer. A rumbling of the earth can be heard. Taking a moment to figure out where such sound is coming from, I scan the area to see a rhinoceros running towards the 3 of us with something green tied around his horn. From the looks of it, he also seems to have a giant frog riding on his back. Once the both of them make their approach, the frog immediately jumps off the rhino and bounces into my lap, happily making himself at home. Wait, no, I should make a Kermit voice. Lady Yuri, I haven't seen you in so long. A genuine smile appears on my face as I carefully place my free hand on the frog's forehead. His rough texture doesn't really feel that bad. Winky, I'm happy to see you two. Sorry I haven't been around your part of the woods to visit lately. No worries. We're all busy at times. Soft croaking noises can be heard from him as he happily rests for a bit. My attention is then averted to the rhinoceros. who seems to be having difficulty with trying to remove the vines from his trunk. This is Ramby, a friend that Ellie and I made recently, and the soon-to-be recipient of the shelter that will be made later tonight. Makes me happy that I'm going to be helping a friend with his everyday life. I'm going to try to imitate a rhinoceros the best I can. Oh, it speaks! Hey guys, a little help here? Both of the monkeys then get up from their spot and walk over to help him out. Kenneth takes vines off Ramby's horn, but ends up getting tangled in them himself.
Oh, I messed it up, dude. That's what I get.
Come on!
I still question why he thinks it's necessary to shout most of the time. After a little bit, the vines are gingerly placed next to the banana leaf pile I've accumulated. Here are the vegetable ropes I gathered for you, Lady Yuri. They're called vines. But thank you nonetheless. Anytime. I must run off now. I'll be at the West River Plains if you need me again. I don't blame him for wanting to spend time there. There's a beautiful chasm over there. There's a beautiful chasm over that way that divides the West and East River Plains. It's definitely a relaxing area. I should visit there again sometime. Alright, please be safe. With that, Ramby turns around and runs off as his task for the day is now complete. Averting my vision upwards towards the sky, I take a moment to let my mind wander and relax for a bit. All within the company of my amphibious and orangutan friends, but this doesn't last long, as I remember the other jobs that must be completed before dusk. I think it's time for me to take my leave now. I look down to Winky, still in my lap, relieved that he hasn't fallen asleep yet. Will you be able to make it home safe? I should be just fine. Alright, if you say so. I then arise from my spot by the tree to look towards the other two friends and smile. Farewell, you two. They both wave to me as I begin my walk towards the broken down airplane. It only takes a few steps of mine before hearing that unforgettable yelling again.
Rolling now.
I swear, that boy's never gonna change, is he? Within the short walk to the airplane, I take out my pocket knife again, and I'll be harvesting hibiscus flowers. There's an abundance of them growing by the old airplane, not to mention a variety of colors among them. Excitement builds up inside me as the thought of being able to decorate something that I've taken part in building. However, once I approach the airplane, my excitement quickly becomes downcast at the sight of my parrot friend, Squawks, who is taking shelter inside the airplane with a rather gloomy face. Hey, is everything alright? That's when he looks up to meet my gaze.
No! Lady Yuri, is there any way you can help me out? Ah!
I can at least try. Please tell me what's wrong. He takes a moment to regain his composure.
My darling parrot is stuck in the Skull Rock jungle. She got herself caught in one of those squidder's webs again.
I know who he's talking about. Squidder is a freakishly large non-venomous spider that roams around. Squidder is a freakishly large non-venomous spider that roams around these jungles, but he prefers to be called Shoes, as he somehow managed to obtain 4 pairs of shoes for himself. Ugh, that troublemaker? Well, it's a good thing I'm heading that way in the first place. I'll go investigate for you. I was planning to go there mainly because of the excessive amount of bamboo that grows around that area, but now I have more reasons to head that way.
Thanks. You're the best. Ah!
I smile back at him and quickly make my way over to the dark cave that's on the opposite side of this jungle. I have to pass through there if I want to access the Skull Rock jungle. Dark cave? Whoa, that's a cool background. They don't call this place a dark cave for no reason. Inside here is much quieter than outside, no weather-related elements to deal with. Stones of various sizes are scattered all around the area. Stalactites cover the ceiling in certain spots, and there are a few obsidian deposits around. If only I had made a stone hammer and stone chisel. I could use both of those tools to harvest obsidian to potentially create my very own knife. I can't help but giggle at the thought of creating the very own knife collection out here in the wilderness. Excuse me, I can't help but giggle at the thought of creating my very own knife collection out here in the wilderness. I could stare at a new life as an artisan, forging and etching my own designs into knives I make. It would be like a dream come true. Right. Back to more important matters. It's a miracle I remember my way around this cave, since I haven't been around here in a while. If memory serves me right, the way out of here to the Skull Rock Jungle is on the exact opposite side of this cave. One rather long yet peaceful walk to the other side, I stop in my tracks as I realize I have a small yet steep hill to traverse in order to reach the jungle. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. I can handle this. Taking a moment to breathe freely, I approach the patches in front of me and begin to climb, one limb at a time. Skull Rock Jungle. One minute later, and I have reached the top. Exhaustion is slowly starting to become apparent. It is growing more and more due to the heat I'm subjecting myself to again, but I must keep moving. Before I begin my journey towards the giant bamboo patch that grows in this jungle, I can't help but notice a very faint buzzing sound, almost like a beehive. Standing still to inspect the area, my eyes land on a noticeably large beehive hanging from a giant tree in the middle of this jungle. But no swarms of bees are present. Well, I know where to avoid walking now. Traversing through the varied wildlife around me, I make my way over to the massive clay pit that's close to the mini bamboo field. Only to see a giant spider web constructed in between a mango tree and a lychee fruit tree. Lychee fruit. Those remind me of my special someone who wrote a permanent spot in my heart. Those are his all-time favorite. If only I weren't so far away from you. Oh, how I miss you so. There's that buzzing sound again, but it's louder than last time I heard it. What on earth is going on? There's no bees around. I haven't been out in the heat for that long. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me? I should probably ignore it. There are more important matters at hand. One glance at both trees shows a yellow quetzal with red and blue feathers. Stuck on the web, trying to break it free from the impromptu prison she's found herself in. I think she's my time to shine. I think this is my time to shine. Approaching both trees, I brandish my pocket knife yet again, just in case I need it. Harry, what's going on?
I wasn't paying attention to where I was flying, and now I'm trapped here. Did Squawk send you over here?
You did. Allow me to help. Please hold still for a bit. Carefully grabbing a hold of Perry with my left hand, I slowly yet skillfully slash away at the spider web in an attempt to rescue her. After a few draining moments, Perry is free from the web, and also free from any remaining web that may have stuck to her. I take a moment to store my knife away, I bring both my hands together for Perry to rest on them.
Thanks, Lady Yuri. You're a lifesaver.
She then playfully jumps around and gives me a quick peck on the cheek. It's nothing, really. Now let's learn from our mistakes, shall we? You know it!
Where did Squawks fly off to?
Oh, he's over by the rundown airplane right now. Without another word, Perry flies through the dark cave to return to her beater. Blah! Without another word, Perry flies towards the dark cave to return to her better half. Phew. That's done. Now for the bamboo. I cannot ignore that cursed buzzing sound any longer as it becomes louder and louder as the seconds pass. Aggravated at the possible realization that I might be going insane, I stare frantically, looking around the area in hopes to disapprove such thoughts. That's when I look up to the sky to see several dozen mechanical bees with buzzsaws for stingers invading the sky. My blood runs cold and my eyes widen at the sight as I am frozen in place. That's when I hear the trumpeting scream of an elephant. That must be Ellie! That sounded more high-pitched and distressed than her usual tone, which brings me even less at ease. Within seconds, I see her running towards me at such unstoppable speed that I have never seen in all my life. But her eyes are widened out of fear. Yuri, get out of here! Chaos is coming! She's now several feet away from me, still keeping up speed. Nobody around here drops the horrific from my name unless it's absolutely Oh my god. Nobody around here drops the I hate this font! Nobody around here drops the honorific from my name unless it's absolutely crucial. Looking up at the sky again, past the bees, is a green mechanical jet-propelled robot flying through the sky with a stainless steel skull as a head. Mechanical arms with boxing gloves attached, and saw blades that protrude about 360. Mechanical arms with boxing gloves attached, and saw blades that protrude and 360 its whole body. That must be chaos. Several grenades are dropped from the inside compartments of the bees above. My eyes widen even more. The ladder of my fight-or-flight response kicks in, and as I run as fast as I can towards the dark cave. As I'm running, explosions can be heard in the background, each one increasing my adrenaline. Wait! Ramby's over that way! That's where the chasm is! No, get out of here! It's not safe here! The sounds of explosions are getting closer, as are the various agonizing screams of my fellow animal friends. As I approach the entrance to the dark cave, I turn around to begin my descent, only to see blood and skeleton matter splashed across the base of the trees in front of me. The sickening sight in front of me brings me to tears, which makes it hard to focus on my climb downwards. The loud thud coming from the closet snaps me out of my story-esque reverie. Looking to my left, I get a glimpse of Natsuki laying on her back in the closet, which does make me a bit concerned. But my attention is then overpowered by my sense of balance being slightly thrown off by almost dropping Diverse's book. Looking to my right, Diverse has completely let go of his side of the book as he's covering his ears as his... Looking to my right, Diverse has completely let go of his side of the book as he's covering his ears and has his head down on our desk. I can't believe the sight in front of me as I quickly look around the room and attempt to think of what to do. Oh goodness, was it really that loud? Oh no, what do I do? I've never had to deal with this before. I'm his friend, aren't I? I should be there for him, right? That in mind, I set the book down, place my free hand on his shoulder, and somewhat firmly grasp him, as if me applying pressure is weakening what kind of state of mind he's in. Diverse, is everything okay? After a moment, he seems to have calmed down enough to bring himself from the... He seems to have calmed down enough to bring himself up from the desk and looks towards me. That's when I remove my hand from his shoulder. Yeah, I'm alright now. I just don't do well with really loud sounds. I understand. As long as you're feeling alright. I was a little scared there for a moment. It is then that the both of us notice Monica It is then that the both of us notice Monica walking over to the closet to see what exactly has happened. Sayori en route with her. Natsuki, what happened? I'm fine. I only felt like a foot or something, okay? Alright. Just making sure you're not hurt at all. I said I'm fine! I can handle myself. If you say so. Now that I have everyone's attention, we should begin poem sharing sessions. Now that I have everyone's attention, we should begin Now that I have everyone's attention, we should begin poem sharing now. We're gonna need some time for my announcement afterwards. Now that all my senses have returned to normal, I should prepare myself for poem reading today. But something else comes to mind. Hey Yuri, what about our teacups? Oh yes, those. I'll take care of everything when I get a free moment today. Alright, good. Let me know if you need a hand with anything. Alright, that's enough, you two. I've got some talking with Yuri to do. Wait, where'd she come from? Oh, I guess Natsuki wants to get Yuri out of the way first. Maybe she wants to talk about what happened yesterday or something. Fair enough. I then stand up from my seat and walk over to grab my backpack from the ground. I'll see you two at a later time. Yuri waves at me while I take my leave, which makes me smile a little bit. Now comes the question, who should I see first? I think I'll be more comfortable talking with Sayori first. We had a decent time today, so sharing poems with her sounds pretty enjoyable. She wrote a good one yesterday. I kinda can't wait to see what she wrote for today. With that, I begin walking to her, a smile still on my face. Hello again!
Hey, Diverse! Ready to share what you wrote for today?
Yeah, but mind you now, this is my first time trying to write stuff like this, so sorry if it's not up to par with your guys's.
Hey, no need to worry! We all start somewhere, right?
I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, I suppose so. Hang on, let me grab it for you. Takes me a little bit, but I managed to grab my... It takes me a little bit, but I managed to grab my attempt at a poem out of my backpack and hand it over to Sayori. After looking at it for a little bit, she puts on a very shocked face.
What? You pay less than I do?
What? After carefully taking my supposed inexpensive poem away from her, I take a closer look at it, only to find out I gave her my electricity bill. After carefully taking my supposedly inexpensive poem away from her, I take a closer look at it, only to find out I gave her my electricity bill instead of my poem. That was the sound of the palm of my hand splashing across my forehead. I mean, that is a little bit funny that I managed to do that, but now I think it's time to get serious. Yeah, my bad. Let me get it for real this time. Man, maybe I should do what Yuri does with her bagged mind so I can be more organized. Searching through my bag a bit more carefully this time, I hand her the correct piece of paper and she starts to read. After about a minute or so, she hands it back to me.
Okay, not bad for your first time. I could tell you were trying to put emotion into your work. It's rather nice.
In all honesty, I thought it would be a good idea to write down how I felt about I might have to end the stream early if this continues. In all honesty, I thought it would be a good idea to write down how I felt about what happened at the lake last night. Well, thanks.
All I can say is the format and wordplay needs some fixing up. Take a look at mine, for example.
Her smile slowly starts fading away as she hands me hers to read. Oh, bottles. Yep. Bottles. I pop off the scalp of the lid like a cookie jar. Nah, I'll read it in Sayori's voice.
Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place of where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to my amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Good lord, that took quite the turn. Hey, Sayori? I don't mean any disrespect, but this makes me feel sad for whatever reason. This feels like the opposite of yesterday's. I then hand her back her poem, and her expression changes a little bit. Okay, I then hand her back her poem, and her expression changes a little bit.
I decided to write about feelings today. Monica always told me that perspective is something important, so I thought I'd step outside the box with this one.
That sounds like it takes quite a bit of skill. That's rather impressive.
It was a little tricky trying to get to right outside my comfort zone, but I think I did pretty well.
Perspective, though.
Yeah, I've been told that writing about many different things really shows off your range. It's easy for me to write about happy things, so write about sad topics was quite the challenge.
I see that. Well, you definitely made me feel things, so I'd say you've done well.
Thanks, Diverse! Isn't there a word for both happy and sad?
I swear there is. Bittersweet?
Yeah, that's it! I'll have to try writing about that sometime.
You'll have to show me sometime. I'd be willing to read.
Okie dokie! By the way, if you ever need help with poems and such, I'm sure Yuri would be a big help. She's super smart, you know?
I can't help but blush at Sayori mentioning her name and also bring my left hand to the back of my head. She really is. She's helped me understand what I was talking about with Monica today.
Well, that's good. She's a really good friend, isn't she?
I don't respond back. Instead, my blush becomes even more apparent. I really wish it didn't right now.
I knew you two would like each other!
Now I can't help but bury my head in my hands for a bit. Of all the people to make me feel uncomfortable in this school, I didn't expect it to be her.
Alright, I'll stop bugging you.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna go talk to her now.
Bye! I'm gonna go see Monica!
Smiling at her, I turn around to check out what's happening, mainly between Yuri and Natsuki. I didn't hear any shuddering or anything when I was talking to Sayori, so that's a good sign. Like I said, I think I want to share with Yuri next. Can't wait to see what she wrote for today. Maybe I'll get to... Hey! Earth to dummy! Oh! Hey, don't scare me like that! I can't help it if you make it look too easy. I can't help it if you make it too easy. Ugh. Why does she have to be right? Alright, cut it out now. Let's see what you wrote for today. Removing my hand from my forehead, I look down at my poem in my other hand and give it to her. Surprisingly enough, she doesn't rip it out of my hands like how she did yesterday. Just like Sayori, she seems to breeze through it and then hand it back to me. I'm not surprised one bit that you'd write like this. What's up with this sentence structure, though? What? I'm saying this looks more like a letter than a poem. Well, this is my first time and all. Oh boy, I can tell. Hang on, let me show you how a real pro does it. Didn't she say something about being a pro yesterday? Whatever. Oh, this is Amy likes spiders. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, Rickly, Harry, the ugly spider. Actually, you know what? I don't really feel like reading this one because I'm gonna probably spare my intellect. Why'd she write about one of the girls in our school? Maybe it's a good thing I never talked to Amy if Natsuki has this much to say about her. That's not what she meant. Well then. I see what you're trying to say now. I told you! But why'd you write about spiders if you don't like them so much? And what's with, and I'm gonna tell everyone? A little thing called symbolism. Why don't you look it up sometime? If she's a pro, then why don't she just tell me? I've seen how weird you can get. I'm sure you have an unusual hobby or two. Yeah, a few. Wait, shoot, that doesn't make me look good. I'm not even gonna ask. Anyway, doesn't it feel bad to have someone treat you differently all because you like something that other people find weird? Yeah, how do you know that? Bro! How do I know that? You even mentioned earlier today that I'm the only girl you know who reads manga. You see where I'm trying to get at? Not really? Ugh. We can talk about this later, you big dummy. I'm gonna go see what Monica's... I'm gonna go see what Monica's doing. She takes her poem from my hand and walks off to where Sayori and Monica are. She never did bring up the whole I'm gonna tell everyone part. Oh well, I'm sure that's not that important. Looking around the room once again, my eyes land on Yuri, still sitting at her desk, who seems to have taken care of our mess from earlier. I hope she didn't just put everything in her bag. Since Monica's busy and I've already seen Sayori, I know what I'm doing. I happily approach Yuri. Hello again! Hello again. Ready to share with what you wrote for today? Sure, just give me a moment. Oh? Okay, sure. I take this moment to grab a chair close to me and place it in the same spot like last time so that I'm facing Yuri again. I really hope she doesn't mind. Okay, here's what I got. I hand her my poem. Unlike Sayori and Natsuki, she takes her time to examine it, face-changing expressions every now and then. She then hands mine back to me. Diverse, if I may ask, is this your first time trying to write a poem? I'll admit, it is. I figured as much. I didn't mean to put it that way. I'm sorry. That's one thing I like about Yuri. At least she's polite and means well. Hey, it's alright. I'm not upset. Are you sure? Promise. Should I wink at her to further prove that it's alright? Nah, that might be weird. Very well then. I was able to pick up on some emotions that were shown throughout. While the wordplay was decent, the structure of everything was... well... it needs to be changed up, right? Essentially. Sayori and Natsuki told me something similar. Maybe I could see yours to see how it's really done. Oh, of course. I was a little more daring with this one. Ooh! Now this I have to see. Yep, it's the raccoon one. If you guys remember the vanilla one, this poem is literally about Yuri cutting herself with her desires of her self-harm. Huh. One would think that Sierra would write about animals. Didn't she say she liked them earlier today? I don't really remember any raccoons being in my book. That's not important. Wow, Yuri. Another painting drawn out in my head, but this time it moved. How did you get so good at this? Well, I've been at this hobby for quite a while now. It's definitely true what people say. One gets better with time, as I'm sure if you will keep it up. I'll take your word for it. I find it interesting that you thought of my work as a painting. One could see a piece of paper as a canvas, not just for drawing, but to also let emotions and imagery fill the page. A famous singer once said, "The beauty of literature, poetry, and music is that they leave room for the audience to put its own imagination, experiences, and dreams into the words." In this case, I felt like expressing one of my more unusual hobbies, which is why I felt a little more unusual hobbies. Just like what Natsuki said. Natsuki never did properly explain symbolism. Hey Yuri, that reminds me. Could you help me understand what symbolism is? Why that all of a sudden? Well, when you mentioned unusual hobbies, that made me remember what Natsuki wrote about. She mentioned something about symbolism in hers. I don't quite get it. Yuri looks around the room out of nervousness. Maybe I should be patient with her, since I did ask her to explain something to me. Yeah, I'll just let the gears grind in her head for a bit. I'll be patient. That's when she suddenly looks back up as if a light bulb turned on, reaches down into her bag, pulls out a purple photo, then another piece of paper to give me. I managed to give today's poem back to her, which she carefully takes, as I grab the paper she's now giving me. Yep, it's Ghost Under the Light. Wait. The top right's smidged. Or, like, torn apart. It's yesterday's poem? But why this? Okay, I think I'm ready to explain. Did Diverse broke Yuri or something? No, I don't think so. I nodded her, my non-verbal way of telling her I'm ready. Yuri seems to relax for a bit for whatever reason. Remember her yesterday how I said that the person in this poem was being symbolically compared to a ghost? Yeah, I think I remember that. Yesterday, you noticed that the streetlight in this poem acted as safe haven, as you put it. Clever word choice, by the way. Whoa, she remembered that. Yes, that's true. Do you see what's happening here? The streetlight as a safe haven, the ghost as a person, the spiders as an unusual hobby. Eh? I start scratching my head out of confusion. Where did that come from? Oh, right. Yuri already had a chance to see what Natsuki wrote. Don't worry, Diverse. I'm also surprised that Natsuki wrote about the same concept. In her poem, this person she kept on referring to was the subject of ridicule, all because of something— Wait! Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think I get it. Oh? You're using a person or a thing, like nouns from earlier, to describe something different, right? Well, you're on the right track. Symbolism is mainly used to express ideas and emotions without blatantly telling us. Why couldn't Natsuki have just told me that in the first place? So, that sounds like an interesting way of being vague. Yuri seems to ponder over what I just said, as if it's something she's never thought of before. I suppose that's right. Allow me to offer an example. Ooh, please do so. Think of the rain clouds that form in the sky when the weather is just right. Do you have any idea what emotion could be resembled by rain clouds? Usually when it's raining outside, I become nervous, and oftentimes feel restricted on what can be done. It's even worse when it's accompanied by thunder and lightning. God, I don't want to think about that right now. Rain makes me feel apprehensive. Yuri looks at me like I said something wrong. That's not quite what I was going for. I was thinking that it correlates to sadness. Oh, okay, that makes sense too. I think I understand now. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Yuri gives me a reassuring smile, as if she has accomplished something. Now, Yuri, did you say something else? Something about something being subject to ridicule? I did. The gears start grinding in my head as I indirectly stare at the desk in front of me. Ridicule. Unusual hobbies. Spiders, Finkel and Einhorn. Only girl that likes manga, Einhorn and Finkel. Is she really trying to say that the spiders are her manga? After hearing what I just said, I never thought I'd say something so stupid in my life. There's a very good chance that's true, but I can't say for certain. Well, I'm not gonna judge her about that. You said you wrote about an unusual hobby too, right? Yes. Sometimes it helps put my mind at ease when to write about them, since I often keep to myself about them. Them? As in plural? Huh, I wonder why. She doesn't respond to that. Instead, she looks away, embarrassed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. My bad, Yuri. I wasn't thinking right there. No, it's fine. Don't you have anything like that? Yeah, I suppose so. There's some things from my childhood that I still like and keep up with to this day. I don't really talk about them, though. I found out the hard way that talking mainly about esoteric things only makes people think differently of you and not want to be around you. But when you find someone who shares interest in such topics, it makes you feel like you've struck gold. So you've experienced it too. You're not alone in that regard, Diverse. When I was younger, reading was my main hobby, but nobody had a great of an interest in reading as I did, which means I wasn't able to have many conversations about it much. Again, with the feeling of being trapped in a cage. That's what it felt like sometimes. Gosh, what kind of stuff does she read to think of stuff like that? There were very few people in school who shared the same hobbies as me, which meant I barely interacted with anyone. While I could barely make friends, let alone acquaintances, that's when I would find myself lost inside my books. They've always been a nice escape when reality becomes too much sometimes, when people didn't want me to be around them. Many different worlds to explore, people to befriend, nobody to judge me because of how different and weird I am. She then looks back up to me while I'm left speechless. It wasn't until I joined this club last year that I was able to interact with people more and share one of my hobbies with others. Just like you said earlier, feels like I've struck gold. Monika, Sayori, Natsuki, they have always been people I could talk to if I ever needed to. But nobody has ever went out of their way to make me feel included, to want to be actual friends with like you have. Knowing that we share so much in common makes it all that much more pleasant. I can't help but feel proud of myself after hearing her say all that. It's as if it's an accomplishment to me or something. But at the same time, I can't help but emphasize with her about not being able to interact well with others. Well, it's just like what I said yesterday, Yuri. Nobody deserves to be lonely, and that includes you. She smiles sweetly at me. Oh, you. Besides that, I guess the best we should do is not to make others feel bad about what brings them happiness. As difficult as it can be at times. Something in the back of my mind is screaming at me because of how much quieter the room has become, but I'm choosing to ignore that right now, as this is one of the few times my eyes are locked onto hers. She's more important right now. I completely agree, Yuri. That sounds a lot like the golden rule, to treat others how they want to be treated. Speaking of which, Thanks for listening to me, even if I talk too much sometimes. That means a lot to me. Diverse, I don't mind at all. I too must say thanks because you're a good listener. But I space out sometimes. I don't think I'm that good. Diverse, you're good at a lot of things. You pick up and understand new concepts rather quickly from what I've seen, and you're not afraid to be yourself. I find that highly commendable. Another dumb smile makes its way on my face as I start scratching the back of my head again, just like yesterday when we were discussing poems. Well, it's not that hard to understand new stuff when you do such a good job at explaining everything. She gives me the cutest smile as she looks away from me, turning pink once again today. Well, well, look what we have going on here! Both Yuri and I quickly look over and become shocked, nearly falling out of my seat Both Yuri and I quickly look over and become shocked, nearly falling out of my seat to see Monica standing right by us. Ah! I shudder at the thought of how long Monica's been listening to us. I think that's enough character development for one day. Come on, you two, I have an announcement to make about the festival. Announcement? The festival? I look over to Yuri once again. Might as well find out what this is about. Yuri nods at me, then we both get up from her desk and avert our attention over to Monica. Okay, everyone! The festival is happening next Monday, and I know what we're going to be doing for our part. Our part? We're not going to be doing what we did last year, are we? I figured we may as well, now that we have a proper number of members. I have high hopes that our performance will be better than last year's. Yay! We get to share again! Oh, not again. Maybe I shouldn't be staring, but I think I can see Yuri shaking a little bit. Oh, Yuri, don't sound too afraid. The four of us were able to do this last year, so we can all do this one last time. We're all in our senior year after all, right, Diverse? I most certainly am. And not to mention, last year's performance didn't quite turn out the best, so think of this as redemption, if you will.
Hey, Monica, how are we gonna make this year's festival better?
I must have completely missed this club performances last year. This year, I figure that everyone should prepare something, like decorations and such for the room. Speaking of which, are you all done making the poster to put on the poster board tomorrow? What the fuck? Speaking of which, are you all done making the poster to put on the poster board tomorrow, Sayori?
I sure am! I'll take care of that once we're done today.
Oh, so that's what she was drawing yesterday. All of us will have to write a poem for the festival just like last year. Monica, you know I don't do well with last-minute preparations. Oh, so I have to write for the festival. But I'm not sure what to write about. Who's gonna do what for the festival? I was just about to go over that. Since the meeting for today is pretty much over, I figure that all of us should think about what we could do to pitch in on Monday, and then we'll make decisions tomorrow on what should be done. I still don't know about this. We could end up embarrassing ourselves. Last year wasn't too bad, but you never know.
Oh, come on, Natsuki! I'm sure everything will turn out great.
That's the spirit. Speaking of which, I instinctively look up to the clock after seeing Monica do it. Isn't that what they call monkey see, monkey do? 3:59 p.m. Monica then looks back at all of us. That's enough for now, everyone. Don't forget to write a poem for tomorrow. A successful day at the club for once. Not bad. Everything all ready to go. I feel like I should see Natsuki before I leave and let her know what Yuri told me. Looking around the room shows me that everyone else is also preparing to leave. Time to head to the closet real quick. Feeling a little bit happy about mine and Yuri's accomplishments today. Hey Natsuki, got a moment? Maybe. What is it? Just wanted to say that you don't have to explain what symbolism is to me anymore. Yuri did a good job at that. Good for you. Now leave me alone. I'm going home. Without another word, she walks away from me and out of the club room. Any happiness I was previously feeling has been replaced with an uncomfortable feeling, like I did something wrong and out of place. Why do I even bother? After a few seconds of wallowing in my self-pity, I feel someone tapping on my left shoulder. Breaking me out of my trance, I look over to see Yuri standing in front of me. Excuse me, Diverse. Just hearing her voice is slowly putting me back at ease. Since we're friends and all, I was wondering if we could... I may as well be patient with her again. I need some time to think clearly anyways, after what happened with Natsuki. Walk home together. That'll make me feel much better. Yes, I'd really like to. That'd make me happy. I can feel my happiness slowly returning at the thought of walking after school with her. Yuri lets out what sounds to be a sigh of relief. Alright then. Shall we get going? The smile that has replaced her nervousness makes me smile in return. Yes, let's. With my backpack and her fourth-dimensional secret gadget bag in tow, we both leave the classroom, with me making sure to open the door for her. The school hallway is as quiet as it usually is as Yuri and I make our way to the school entrance, with the occasional few conversations from other students here and there. Looking over to Yuri, I can't help but think one thing. Wait, whose hours are we going to? Whose house are we going to? I don't know why, but something about asking her whose house we're walking to seems intrusive to me, so maybe I should ask something different. Hey, Yuri. If I may ask, do you have any other plans for today? Oh, well, no, not really. Just homework, chores, and writing for tomorrow. So nothing out of the ordinary then, I'm guessing? Yes. I guess you could say I'm pretty mundane. I mean, I see nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, I beg to differ. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. Life doesn't need to be exciting all the time. I agree. Now what about you, Diverse? Huh? Oh yeah, I have to go to the 24-hour store. There's some unfinished business from last night I need to get taken care of. Oh, the one just north of the park? That's only a 2-minute walk away from That's only a 2-minute walk from my house. Well, I think that answers everything. So, it would probably make sense to take you back to your place. I suppose so. Then it's settled. It doesn't take us long before the two of us reach the school entrance and make our way outside. Yuri's point of view. It's considerably warmer outside compared to yesterday, and the breeze is calm. It's almost time for the sun to set, but that doesn't bother me one bit. Looking around the school courtyard shows various students scattered around, along with couples every now and then. I don't usually become jealous of such interactions, mainly because I don't view myself as worthy of such admiration. I'm certain I'll meet my storybook heroes sometime in the future. Besides, that's not the most of my concerns right now. I still have school and other issues to deal with. I also hope I don't get any unnecessary attention tomorrow, all because I'm walking out of school with a boy. After some time on our walk home with my mind still stuck on what I saw in the school courtyard, an indescribable weird feeling that resides just below my heart washes over me. I remember when Natsuki said to me yesterday on our walk home with her. Unusual choice of words. I then look over to Diverse, who's essentially keeping to himself, and flashbacks from lunchtime strike me. My embarrassing maneuver with lychee fruit and the unrequited display of affection. It's not that I didn't want to, I was just so thrown off guard that I didn't know how to properly respond. Ugh. Now I feel a little bad about not returning the favor. I even said I would yesterday. I'm sure I'll Huh? Looking over to Diverse once again shows a big smile on his face as he's clapping to himself for whatever reason. I bet it's a good reason. The innocent scene in front of me is rather adorable if I'm being perfectly honest. He almost reminds me of Sayori in some ways. Diverse, what's going on? Oh! I just got really happy over something I thought of. May I ask what about? Well, it's just that all throughout high school, I've never been able to contribute anything to the festival. I've always just attended them. Now that I'm in a club and all, and the 5 of us are going to be putting on something to take part in the festival, I feel more important than years before. He has such a positive outlook on the festival. I feel a little bit jealous about it. Last year's performance was very draining for me. I don't know how I'll manage this year. Having to recite in front of everyone again. I don't want to think about that right now. But maybe this year— Hey, Yuri! What are you thinking about? I'm sorry, did you say something? You've been awfully quiet ever since I mentioned the festival. Oh, that's what I was thinking about. I guess I'm not as excited about it as you are. I wonder why. If I may ask, how did the festival turn out last year? Oh, why did he have to bring that up? Maybe I should be vague about this and also honest with him. Well, it was alright, I guess. I just don't do well in front of people, that's all. Hey, no worries there. I can understand that. People can be really weird sometimes. When dealing with them, either you know exactly what to do or you have absolutely no idea how to go about things and your train of thought derails. I chuckle a little bit at his wordplay, but as he does have a point. I'm certain we'll all do well this year, especially since you guys have experience with this thanks to last year. If anything, I'm the one who won't do as good of a job as you guys. I have this weird feeling that I'll make the club look bad. I don't really like it when he speaks down about himself. First at lunch today and now here? I feel like I shouldn't let this go on. Diverse, the only way you won't perform well at the festival is if you think you won't. Please don't be so hard on yourself. He doesn't respond to what I just said. Instead, he blankly stares at the ground as we're still walking. I was too forward again. It's not like me to— You're right, Yuri. I really shouldn't be. It's just every time I've tried reading out loud, whether it be for group reading or for presentation, things just seem to go downhill for me. I just don't want that to happen at the festival and embarrass myself in front of everyone. I also have difficulty when it comes to talk in front of people, as I may have previously mentioned, but you're also right, Diverse. All of us will do an excellent job if we put our minds to it. I really hope what I'm saying will be true. His whole expression seems to change after what I just said. That's right! Let's make this year the best festival ever! I can't help but smile at his optimism. It's rather endearing. I find it a little bit hard to believe that he wasn't friends with Sayori at all before joining the club. The rest of the walk to my house is relatively quiet. Looking over at Diverse every now and then shows him with a very content look as he's fidgeting his hands quite often. Maybe that's just something he does, but at the same time, I don't know of anyone else who does that. Thoughts from earlier make their way back to me, as well as what happened post-lunchtime. Ugh, why do these thoughts keep bugging me? Maybe I should repay the favor today. But at the same time, I'm not sure. Why can't I stop feeling this way? A squirrel running across the sidewalk breaks me from my trance and I realize exactly where we are. Diverse, we're almost there. Just a few more houses to go. Oh, okay. I'm glad I was able to walk with you to your place. Yes, thank you again. Not a problem. His smile never leaves his face. Where does he get that much positive energy from? After another moment of walking, we arrive at my house. I reach into my bag to pull out my keys and unlock my front door. Before I step in my house, I turn around to face Diverse for what might be the last time today. Okay, do I hug him back now because of how today turned out or not? I'm still not sure. Let's see what happens. Thanks again for walking me home. It was a pleasure. There's a battle of wills going on inside me right now. A part of me really wants to return the favor, while another part of me is desperately restricting all my movements. It was fun! I'd love to do this again sometime, but I gotta get going now. I'll see you tomorrow. After waving goodbye to me, he slowly turns around and proceeds to walk away from my house to wherever he said he needed to be today. I can't help but watch as he walks away while a creeping feeling of regret makes its way into my emotions. I missed my chance. I had the opportunity, but I didn't take it. Hopefully tomorrow will be different. 4:30. Leaving Yuri's house and telling her I'll see her later, I can't help but feel happiness afterwards. This is the first time I've ever walked home with someone, albeit not to my house, and it felt great. I decided not to try hugging her again after what happened right after lunchtime, so I thought it would be best to respect her personal space. I'm glad that's one thing my mom taught me when I was younger. Besides, that girl deserves it. I wouldn't want to ruin things between me and her. It's starting to get darker and darker outside, as it should. I feel like I should hurry up and get this little side job done before it gets completely dark outside. I still have quite a bit of stuff to do for tomorrow when I get home. Yuri was right, and after a moment or so of walking, I'm at the 24-hour store I was supposed to go to last night. Alright, let's hope nobody I know is here. Taking a deep breath, I step in the store. Taking a look around, thankfully nobody that I know is here. Good. Less people to interact with. As I'm walking up to the front counter to request 2 money orders and some stamps, something in one of the coolers catches my eye. Diverse, how dare you! I know! I started this stream without literally any warning. I literally didn't tell anybody that I started this. Looking inside the corner shows Aitoen brand bottles of golden oolong tea. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen those before. I wonder if those taste anything like the tea that Yuri made today. You betrayed me! You did a live when I wasn't at home! My bad, I know! I won't do it again, Ali Gamer. I won't do it again. You know what? I'm sure Yuri would appreciate me bringing in something for lunchtime tomorrow, so why not? Grabbing 2 bottles and checking the price, $2.50 each. I can't help but remember that the credit card I have is strictly for bills and groceries. I could pay for them with my debit card, but that would mean more social interaction with Mr. Cashier Man. No thanks. This is technically groceries, right? You know what? I don't care. Once I'm up to the front counter, I make my request for 2 money orders, some stamps, pay for everything, take the time to shove everything in my backpack so I don't lose anything, and leave the store. After a few minutes of trying to make my way home, I make my way to the park from yesterday. My mind has been focused on how I'm going to go about getting stuff mailed out tomorrow. My plan of action is probably going to be to take care of this tomorrow, as I've got stuff that needs to get done when I get home tonight. As the sky becomes darker and darker, I enter the park and sit down at a bench to take it easy for a bit. Yeah, I'll probably end up stopping by the blue mailbox that's really close to here on my way home from school tomorrow. Sitting down and staring at nothing in particular helps me feel more at ease. Now that I think about it, I'm not in a real big hurry to get home right now, so I have some time to hang out. After about a minute of lazily relaxing and letting my mind wander, an idea comes to mind that hits me like a bus. I'm at the park! The lake that me and Yuri were at yesterday is just over there. I think I'm gonna go hang out there instead. A sense of excitement fills me as I make my way towards the path to the forest. Walking down this path brings about more excitement within me. It's almost too much to handle. The cool breeze, the sounds of leaves crunching under my feet, and insects flying around help memories of yesterday make their way into my mind, which makes me appreciate this place that much more. I understand that Yuri won't be here with me, but that's fine. Nobody says I can't go here by myself, and my parents sure aren't stopping me right now. The scene in front of me is nearly as beautiful as yesterday. This time with the moon rising instead of playing around in the night sky with its friendly stars. The same fallen tree is still there, untouched. Both the water and the breeze is as calm as it could be. Taking a seat at the tree and staring out into the water brings me a sense of familiarity and safety, of comfortableness and serenity. As I stare into the seemingly endless landscape of water in front of me, events from today begins to play out on my mind. It was lunchtime when Yuri saved not only myself, but the whole situation. Making tea with her, having an impromptu date in the club room, reading together, sharing poems with her. Her opening up to me about her problems. Some weird feeling that's stronger than a warm, tingly feeling makes itself known as I picture her warm, lovable smile. She's one of the best friends I've ever had in my life. I know we met for the first time 3 days ago, but is it wrong for me to think so highly of her? She's fun to be around, even if she does ramble on about the little things. She's so, dare I say, beautiful. Both in her heart and how she looks. Feels like an honor just to look into her eyes. I know it's not nice to stare, but I can't help it if everything around her just feels so admirable. She's nice, caring, really smart, and doesn't mind putting up with my baloney despite how difficult and different I may be. She gave my book a chance when she wouldn't even give Natsuki's manga any consideration. The feeling of appreciation for her that I felt back when we were making tea has made its return. This time more intense. I can't stop myself from feeling this way. I wonder what she feels about everything. What is this emotion that she has such a sway over me? Could this possibly be love? I don't know. Isn't it a bit early to be thinking about that? I don't know. Besides, I can't force her to feel it any certain way. All I can do is be myself towards her. I have to be genuine to her. She deserves it. I don't want her to feel lonely. Nobody deserves that. I then stand up from the tree and look directly at the moon, which is still rising, ever so slowly become enveloped by clouds. Let's just see how things turn out from here on. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll be able to express my feelings. Man, that'll be the day, won't it? Taking one last glance at the lake and taking this moment to breathe, I turn around and make my way to the path to begin my travels back home. As much as I wish I could stay at this spot for longer, there are important things that must be done before bedtime, like writing a poem for tomorrow. Speaking of which, didn't Sayori write about feelings today? Maybe I should try doing just that. Stopping in my tracks as soon as I reach the path, I turn around to view the scene in front of me one last time today. I will return here soon, I promise. Chapter 4. Our Solemn Promise. Friday, October 8th, 6 in the morning, Diverse's house. Do a barrel roll! Insert spaceships out. Incoming enemy from my rear, drop altitude! What the heck? Fox, look behind you! Quit dinking around, Slip! Wait, what? Ow! I wasn't looking where I was going when running around the house. My mom's favorite vase with yellow lilies in it fell to the ground, broken shards and dirt all over the floor. I can feel tears making their way to my eyes at the sight in front of me, and the seemingly endless number of reactions that will come out of my mom when she finds out about this. It was her favorite one, too. She's gonna be really upset. Tears falling down my face, I'm stuck at a stalemate on what I could possibly do to avoid any possible retribution. I slumped down onto the floor, head buried in both my arms, basically motionless. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Diverse? Diverse? What's the Every amount of fear in me has grown exponentially, and then spikes as soon as I feel something touch my shoulder, causing me to twitch a little bit. Diverse. You're not hurt at all, are you? I can't muster a word, let alone look back at her, but I have enough energy to shake my head at her. Look at me. No. No, I don't want to! I can't bear to see what kind of face she has on. I don't want this to last any longer. Instead of doing what she says, I instead bring my head up, crawl up to her and hug her, placing my hand on her head on her shoulder and letting it all out. That's when I feel her fingers run through my hair. After a good number of seconds, I finally have the courage to speak up to her. Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break it. My face immediately retreats back into her shoulder. After a few seconds of pondering, my mom whispers into my ear. You know, Diverse, I'm a little upset over this, but I'm happy that you told me instead of hiding this from me. That's when she breaks away from a little bit to kiss my forehead. How about we get this mess cleaned up together, you know? Pleasantly surprised by my mom's words, I'm able to look at her once again. Okay. Breaking away from my mom's embrace, I follow her into the kitchen to grab a broom and dustpan to clean up the mess. Moments later, I'm helping my mom get all the debris removed from the ground. Since this all happened by accident, you and I are gonna go half and half on buying a brand new one. Flowers as well, you know? That's a huge chunk of my allowance, but this isn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. I can live with... Ah! Shooting upwards in my bed after such a dream, I can do nothing other than stare at the wall in front of me. My mind races as fast as it possibly can, mainly about the dream I just had. 2 dreams in a row about my mom. That was so long ago. Why did that show up of all the dreams I could have had? It's no use. Dream logic is weird. Looking over the clock shows that it's 6:47 a.m. Right on time. Let's get today started with. That's when I slowly make my way out of bed and begin the usual routine. Right before the afternoon hits. I really dislike earth science. This is not biology. It's a miracle I was able to pass that class last year. Class is now over, which means lunchtime with Yuri. I've been looking forward to this all day. Can't wait to see what she brought in this time. Not much happened after I left the lake yesterday, except for getting envelopes ready to mail Monday orders out, and writing a poem about the mysterious feeling that came to me at the lake. Feeling overall happiness as I'm walking over to my locker. Once I'm there, I open it up, place my books from last class in there, and shut it. The moment I turn around, one of the students in this school invades my vision. Before I can make out who it is, the vest of my school uniform is unexpectedly grabbed, and my back is forced against my locker. Jesus Christ, that scared the crap out of me. Shocked at what's transpiring right now, it takes a moment to register who it is in front of me. Frickin' Wallace. Anger is slowly building inside of me because of the situation I'm in. What do you want? Give me a few dollars, and I'll let you go. His tone of voice isn't as god as awful as it usually sounds, which throws me off guard. All the anger inside of me has been replaced with fear, as I realize I have no money on me and completely forgot to go to an ATM yesterday. Oh god, oh no, what do I tell him? I really wish I could disappear right now. Why can't I reverse time and just have known to not mess with my locker? It wouldn't be that much trouble. His fist makes itself even more known on my chest with the extra pressure he's adding. Next time he takes his free hand and starts pounding on the top of my head repeatedly. Hello? Hello? Anyone home? Huh? Think, Diverse, think! I've about had it up to here with his constant assault on me. The anger inside of me from earlier makes itself known again. Not wanting to put up with him anymore. I'm somehow able to push him off of me, causing him to stumble backwards a little bit. At this point, I could care less about my tone of voice. No reason acting civil right now. I don't have any! Leave me alone, for God's sake! Why not? How in the hell are you supposed to answer something like that? I didn't even know something that stupid could come out of him. It's Wallace we're talking about. Of course I would expect stupid shit from him. He takes a step toward me while I was absolutely dumbfounded by his question. The moment he grabs it, oh! You gotta stop with the TF2 pan sound effect, Jesus! The moment he grabs a hold of me again and pushes me back into my locker is where I hear an all too familiar voice from down the hallway. Diverse, what's going on here? I look over to confirm that I just heard who I thought I heard. Monica! Maybe she could save me! Oh, I know something that might work. Right now, I'm giving no consideration as to how loud I am. I'll use this to my advantage so that other people can hear me. He's picking on me! Much to my dismay, not a lot of people around... Not much to my dismay, not a lot of people around us seem to care. That seemed to shock both Monica and Wallace a little bit. Still with his grip on me, he turns his head to face her, then back to me. Try as I may to push myself forward to escape all of this, his grip on me is tighter than before, practically checkmate. His annoyed expression doesn't change for a bit, but is eventually replaced with a grin that I don't like to see at all. Oh, lucky you! Your little girlfriend's come to the rescue! Come on, Wallace! I don't think of Monica like that! His stupid grin doesn't leave at all, and I still wish I could completely vanish from all this. Hey! You're that one bitch from the Ligament Club or whatever the fuck. Point is, you forgot one of the bones in his pants, you freak. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Bro, why were you looking for one? What did you just say? I can't believe Wallace still hasn't let go of me yet. You heard me. You're a freak. I heard what you did to my bud Kay last year. The hell is wrong with you? Monica takes a step closer to him. Or to us, I guess. What's wrong with me? The hell's wrong with you? Picking on a special... uniquely minded student like this. Usually I'd be upset over using special needs like that, but it seems justifiable right now. Wait, how does she know? It's not like he has feelings or anything. Wallace, I swear to Christ, if you say one more word. Monica? Oh god, no, I know that voice. What's with all the commotion going on here? All three of us look over to Yuri. Oh, for fuck's sake, now is probably the worst time for Yuri to show up. I don't want her to get involved with any of this. Wallace still hasn't let go of me. Look, tits have arrived. Now you have somewhere to hide. Before I even get the chance to figure out how I feel about the statement, I feel myself being moved away from my locker and being pushed with great force. The sudden impact with her sends us both crashing to the ground, causing her to drop her bag in the process. With the both of us on the floor, and after taking a moment to regain my senses, I quickly back away from Yuri a little bit, as I feel like I've already invaded her personal space enough. My focus shifts over to Wallace and Monica. Extra squishy today, huh? Okay, I've seen enough. We're seeing your father about this. That's when Monica grabs Wallace by the ear and starts walking towards the principal office, but he doesn't budge at all. Let me go! Let me go! Wallace then does the unthinkable. He turns around and slaps Monica across the face as hard as he can, causing her to reel back and instinctively place her hand over her cheek. No, I gotta do something about this. Once I get up from the ground and start walking towards him, he unexpectedly turns and starts walking away. Pain is sent through my whole body, effectively crippling me for a short time. It's then amplified as Wallace kicks me away, back into Yuri again, this time bumping into the left side of her body. The sound of Yuri gasping in pain over me being pushed into her is something I wish I'd never heard in my life. That's right. Keep on getting nice and close to tits. Maybe you'll even see the coat hanger marks on her skull. Before I have the chance to process what he just said, Monica walks over to him, seeing the rage. Before I have the chance to process what he just said, Monica walks over to him, seething in rage. A face I hope to never see again. She grabs him by the hairs on the back of his head and starts dragging him to the principal's office. The sounds of pain coming from him are a little disturbing, but well-deserved. It takes a moment for the two of them to leave my sight. Why did I just sit there and watch? Huh? I look over to Yuri to see... Oh no! She's sitting upright against the wall, crouched over with her head buried in both her arms. My mind races as I watch helplessly. What do I do? Do I approach her? Give her space, maybe? Diverse, what's the matter? Mom! It's time to be a friend. Yuri, are you alright? I just want to disappear. Yuri, no! I don't belong here. Sadly inhaling before weeping again, her words pierce my feelings. My face and heart are frowning. Why couldn't I have been born someone different? No, then she wouldn't be the same Yuri that I know, and I have to say something. Positioning myself in front of her on my knees, I gently place my hand on her shoulder, feeling her body lightly tense up. Yuri, please don't say that. No! She pushes my arms away, which sends me reeling back. It's true! This is the 6th time this year! People have made fun of who I am for too long. Why can't it stop? Why can't people just stop? She's kept count. Frozen in place at her tone of voice, emotions from earlier increases my sadness turns into tears at the thought of how much she doesn't deserve this. I don't know how to make anyone happy! She retreats back into her arms and cries softly. Not even myself! Nobody wants me around! Not even my papa! This girl is breaking my heart even more. Tears invading my eyes, I can't help but let my emotions take over. I stop thinking altogether, gently take Yuri's left hand in both mine and take it away from her. She doesn't resist. The indescribable feeling of her hand in mine flows through my body. Bringing the knuckles of her hand to rest between my eyes, my tears become a waterfall. Diverse? Yuri, that's not true! You don't deserve any of this! I sharply inhale and just weep in front of her. The thought of everything she's been through amplifies my sympathy for her. Just know what you're going through makes me really sad. Why you? Of all people. Diverse. Don't cry for me. How can I not? You're my best friend, Yuri. Is it wrong for me to feel like this? Both of us are stunned at my words. After inhaling sharply again and running out of tears, I'm shocked she hasn't pulled away or ran away yet, let alone say anything. Seconds pass, and I finally have the courage to bring my head up to meet her view. Her eyes are glassy, eyebrows raised with lips parted. Best friend? How can I be anyone's best friend? By simply being you. And nobody else. But no, there's no way that can be true. In this rare moment of vulnerable connection, both my hands still gently gripping both sides of hers, the word just seemed to come to me naturally. Yuri, I'll never lie to you. I'll always be here, even when no one else will. I just want you to know that you're one of the most wonderful people, most beautiful people I've ever met inside and out. It makes me happy when I get to spend time with you. I didn't expect those words to come out of my mouth, but I have to be genuine with her. Why are you so nice to me? Because you're my best friend, and you deserve nothing less. Do you really mean that? Every word. You listened what I had to say when telling you about why I'm different when we met at the lake, and you made me feel accepted. I want to do the same. I gently let go of her hand as it falls at the ground. I know we've only known each other for a short while, but let's promise to help each other as best we can, with whatever we may be facing. How does that sound? I bring my pinky out to her again, much like we did at the lake. She hesitates for a while, but follows suit, managing to smile a little bit. Promise. Just hearing that fills me with happiness. After about a second or so, I bring my right thumb towards her. Stamp? Stamped. My smile slowly becomes more genuine at her sense of humor. I'm finding myself lost in her eyes. After some time, our hands break free from each other for the second time today. There's an awkward silence between the two of us, and I'm still on my knees in front of her. It feels really weird to transition from an emotional moment to a superficial one, but the day must continue onwards. But does it really have to? Yes, it does. So... Did you still want to go to the classroom today? She doesn't initially respond. She must be in deep thought again. No. We spent too much time out here. The familiar motion of my left hand goes to the back of my head plays out. Yeah, sorry about that. No, it's not your fault. Oh, if only you knew. Anyway. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out both sets of plastic chopsticks and a new bento for us. Shall we begin? And after school. Learn how to drive, get McDonald's doing good. Oh, nice! Actually, Zach, I'm literally just about to do the same thing about 30 minutes after. Even though I've never had a moment like this in the past, I can still relate to them all too well. Yeah. I mean, I was never bullied in high school, but I can relate to the people who were, because I've definitely seen a lot of it happen. Even inside such a small school that I went to, Sometimes people were occasionally bullied. I chose not to be a part of it because I wanted to mostly keep to myself and still just be a part of the classes that I am with everybody. But yeah. Also, hi Zachary Banks and Doki Guy. Welcome to the stream. Leaving my math class and beginning my walk to the club, I can't help but think that this has probably been one of the craziest weeks of my entire school career. The rest of lunchtime went surprisingly well. The rest of lunchtime went surprisingly well, given everything that has transpired, as well as class afterwards. Yuri surprised me by bringing in 4 eggs over hard sourdough toast, hash browns, and white rice for us, and I returned the favor with both bottles of tea I brought yesterday. Not gonna lie, I didn't think tea would go well with breakfast food, but I was proven wrong. Another thing that felt nice to the both of us was how silent the hallways were during that time. Nobody was around to interfere with us or judge us, but that nice feeling didn't last for long, for me at least, as it started raining outside shortly after lunch ended and hasn't let up at all. I've been trying my best not to let it bother me, and I'd say I'm handling everything pretty well so far. Classes were nothing special as well. Just a few tests, and that's it, really. Stepping into the club room shows the almost usual scene, just like yesterday with the lack of Yuri. I really hope she's all right after everything that's happened. I better be patient with her. Monica then gets up from her desk and approaches me with the face of concern as I drop my bag in its usual spot by the door. Diverse, how's everything going? The events of today race through my head again, but I have to make them stop if I want to properly respond to her. I'm better now. She lets out a small sigh of relief. Good. I'm sorry you had to go through all that today. That shouldn't happen to anyone. She shouldn't be the one who's saying sorry. No, Monica. If anything, I'm happy you were there to help. I don't know what I would have done without you. Wait, what am I saying all of a sudden? Well, there's no reason not to be genuine to Monica, too. Something about being myself. Monica hesitates before speaking again. Glad I could help. If you were wondering about Wallace, his dad had a talk with him, and he won't be attending the festival on Monday. My eyelids skyrocket upwards after hearing that, and I feel more excited. No way! Did he really say that? Monica nods. Mm-hmm. Wow. This really is gonna be the best festival ever. You bet! One less person to ruin the festival. I take one of my hands, cup it around my ear, and slightly bring my head towards her. What'd you say? Nothing. Yeah, it probably was nothing. Okay. An unusual awkward silence between me and her plays out as my mind and excitement claims itself down. But I'm then reminded of what Monica said about her being sorry and her vehement face from earlier today. Monica, it's all my fault that everything happened today. If I'd just gone to classroom instead, everything would have been just fine. Classroom? Oh boy. Nobody knows that me and Yuri share lunchtime in the classroom, except Monica does now. Uh-oh, how do I explain this to her? I feel obligated to tell her everything so that I can offer her a clear understanding of what's going on. Yeah, I've started spending lunchtime in one of the classrooms with Yuri recently. It's a nice little getaway from everybody, especially people like Wallace. Monica's eyes light up for whatever reason, and I'm eternally questioning why she looks in shock over hearing this, but that shouldn't be too important. I feel like I could have prevented all of this. None of this would have happened if I had not gone to my locker today. I stand there, barely making eye contact with her, waiting for whatever may come out of her mouth. No, I think I've heard enough. With that, I watch her walk back to her desk, now feeling confused. What was that supposed to mean? A quick tap-tap is felt on my shoulder, causing me to turn around. Yuri fills my vision, which makes me happy that she seems to be out alright. But I also feel awkward being around her now, due to the emotions we both saw and experienced firsthand in each other. So that's what started everything? Oh no, how much of that did she hear? My mind is racing again, fast enough for me to barely be able to form what I want to say to her. Yuri, Diverse. Let's just start our time here with making some tea. We can talk about things in the hallway. How does that sound? I can already imagine the warm feeling of tea and how that will make me feel, but I also can't help but feel some weird sense of satisfaction of being able to explain things to her. I'd like that. Me too. I'll go grab everything we need. Mind waiting here? I lightly nod at her. Sure, I can do that. Thank you. Watching Yuri walk towards the closet, I'm looking forward to making tea with her again. It'll help me and her feel better. But the overall mood, atmosphere of everything right now just seems tense. And the rain outside really isn't helping anything. The events of today still haven't completely passed through my feelings, which is bothering me ever so slightly. I'm sure this feeling will go away soon. All I gotta do is talk to Yuri about whatever she wants to talk about, and everything will go well, right? It'll be nice to get some things cleared up. If me and her can think of a way to prevent such things from happening in the future, that'll be an accomplishment for me. Or us, I guess. But returning to where I'm standing breaks me out of my current trance. After surveying her with her teapot, I can only assume that she plugged in the kettle at the wall as well. Shall we get going? Yes, let's. With that, the tea-making duo, that's us by the way, makes our way out the club room, holding the door open for Yuri as I should. Our journey to the water fountain is not as quiet and sunny as yesterday. The grayscale of the hallways brought upon by the rain makes everything feel gloomy. Looking over to Yuri brings me at ease a bit, knowing I have my friend next to me to help me through this moment of darkness. Me wondering what Yuri thinks of the rain is disrupted by her starting a conversation. So, you mentioned that all of this started just because you went to your locker? I don't get it. Well, I've got some explaining to do. Yeah, I can explain. I think. Pretty much today and yesterday, that Wallace guy was at my locker and happened to mess up everything. Oh. He better not be stalking you. I might just have to do something about that. Her lovable blush is starting to creep in from what I can see. I'd be really concerned if he was. Yeah, just the thought of that makes me cringe a bit. But Diverse, why were you talking to Monica about this? Well, she asked me how I was doing after everything. I didn't mean to tell her about the classroom. So she knows about that now. After realizing what I just said to her, I bury my head in my hands, feeling out of place. There I go, not thinking before speaking again. I can't stand this mindset. Well, it's better that Monica knows rather than anyone else. I'm sorry, Yuri. I hope you're not too upset. No, I'm not too upset. I trust Monica not to say a word about it. I really hope she doesn't. Diverse. I take my head out of my hands to listen to what she has to say. I know I shouldn't tell you what to do. But why not just leave your backpack or whatever you may have in the classroom to avoid future altercations? After giving that some thought, I'm surprised I didn't think of that before. It's always the simple things that slip my mind. Yuri, that's an amazing idea. I wish I would have thought of that. And that's my class before lunchtime, too. It all works out. Sorry, I'm like moving a lot, trying to get a cashew out of the bowl. I'm glad. A smile makes its way on her face, and in response, one shows up on mine. Now that we have a way to avoid future problems. Me too. Sorry, I'm eating a little bit. As we approach the water fountain, Yuri takes the necessary steps to fill up the teapot while I stand by the machine, taking in the scenery around me. I'm then reminded of this exact moment yesterday, when I found the thought of being Yuri bodyguard humorous. Whoa! I'm then reminded of this exact moment yesterday, when I found the thought of being Yuri's bodyguard humorous. Can't stop myself from giggling at that thought again. Diverse, what's so funny about the water fountain? This is the second time now. This is the 6th time this year! I'm frozen in place, physically and mentally, at what just ran through my mind. The weird tingly feeling I felt here yesterday shows up again, but this is replaced by a weird feeling I'm not sure how to describe. All I know is I should probably explain to her what I'm thinking about. Alright, I'll be honest. Yesterday, I don't know why I was thinking about this, but the thought of being your bodyguard came off as silly to me. She pulls the teapot away from the fountain, nearly 3/4 full, and looks at me inquisitively. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't break her too bad. How is that silly? I raise an eyebrow at her. Wait, you mean it's not? Not at all. Her blush shows up for the 2 squares plus... What the fuck? You really don't need to add algebra expressions here. Her blush shows up for the 2... Excuse me. Her blush shows up for the 2 cubed plus... No! Her blush shows up for the 2 squared plus 3 cubed time that I've seen. It's rather... How do I say... cute. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting her to say that. I thought she would have said something like, "Oh, don't be thinking like that," but here we are. It's okay, don't worry about it. I appreciate the thought. The teapot looks full enough now. Time to make our way back to the club room. So, should we head back now? Yuri looks down at the teapot and realizes it's at the right level. Autistic people tend to be good with numbers. Yeah. I guess I can kind of relate to that. Oh, right, we'd better. Not long after we started our walk back to the club, Yuri decides to speak up again. Hey, Diverse. You said today you think I'm wonderful? Yes, I said that. I'm proud of it. A small smile makes its way onto my face. What makes you think that? Oh. Damn, this girl's full of surprises. Yuri, do you really want me to talk your ear off? I mean, I'm not stopping you. But even one thing would be nice. Left hand goes to the back of my head. Oh boy, where do I start? From the beginning. How in God's name is she being the cutest girl alive? I think I can feel myself blushing too. Alphabetically or most important? Oh, stop it, you. Alright, okay. Too many reasons why I think she's wonderful show up in my head. It's hard to pinpoint just one, but I have to, or else I'll probably end up disappointing her by saying nothing. Okay, so... I know I said this before already, but I like how smart you are. It's quite impressive. Now that I think about it, I don't know where Yuri stands in the top 50s academically in our school. I'll have to check that out the next time I'm at the principal's office. Do you really think so? Of course! You've been able to answer and properly explain stuff that Monica couldn't. Not only that, but you're fun to listen to. Even if you do ramble on about the little things. Oops, I said that last part out loud. You can't be serious. Yuri, I'll never lie to you. No, I mean what I say. Thank you, Diverse. I needed to hear that. I know she might be able to see it, but I nod to her anyways. Not a problem. Oh, we're here already. 1 second. Opening the door for her like usual, a nice warm smile shows up on her face. Life is good right now. The same procedure as yesterday plays out. Yuri making tea, me sitting back and watching her leisurely prepare everything. Helping her out by passing cups to Monica and Sayori, and eventually returning the kettle for both mine and Yuri's cup of tea. Diverse, there's another thing. Oh? Well, you and I plan on reading more of your book today, correct? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We're at a pretty good part in the story right now. Should I bring everything over to your desk? No. Does she have something different in mind? Oh no, does she not want to read? I was wondering if we could sit on the floor and read today. Oh, that's not that bad. I'm not opposed to that. Okay, thank you. I usually wouldn't mind reading at my desk, but this will be a little bit easier on my back. It gets old having to bend over my desk to read. Ouch. I can imagine so. Back pain, I'm guessing? Yes. It can become too much at times. I was about to say, I wonder why, but I literally just remembered that she said something about crouching over at her desk or something. I could do bad things to her spine after a while. Hey, no need to worry. We can read somewhere different if it makes you feel better. But where are we gonna sit? Ow. Oh, I need to look at chat. Everything you say is so Badumtis. Thanks for doing the rim shot for me, Doki guy. Badumtis. Okay, sorry. But where are we gonna sit? Yuri then points to the blank spot on the wall to the right of the closet, as if she had this planned out beforehand. Uh-oh. That's close to Natsuki's private property area. I think everything okay, as long as it's just both me and Yuri. Alright, let's get going. Yuri nods and takes her teacup over the wall, humming to herself during her travels, making herself comfortable on the floor. I happily follow suit, but place my teacup right next to hers. Please watch over mine. Gotta go grab my backpack. Oh, sure. Grabbing my backpack doesn't take long at all, as it's about 9 feet away from us. There's the CG I was looking for. There's always one of my favorite CGs in the game. Even though I'm not much of a Yuri fan, I love this CG. It's so well drawn. Except the ear's kind of weird. Once I return to where Yuri is, I take a seat to her left, same way she's sitting, and pull out my book from my backpack. Your teacup. Oh, thanks. Carefully grabbing mine from her and sitting down to my left, I take out my book and assemble our usual reading style, staring blankly at the pages. Still my favorite CG in the game. Sitting down like this while being this close to Yuri feels rather nice, not gonna lie. My arm, and pretty much the whole side of my body, is up against hers, keeping my free hand to myself, of course. However, it feels weird this time, taking control of my left side. I hope that Yuri doesn't read too fast. But at the same time, I remember pretty much how this book goes. So it shouldn't matter too much if she flips the page before I'm done, right? 3 minutes pass by in comfortable silence. Half of our tea is gone, and I find myself somewhat engaged in the story. Until Yuri decides to speak up again and look over to me. Hey, Diverse. You said that cats are one of your favorite animals, is that right? Yeah, that sounds about right. Why this all of a sudden? Well, as insane as this might sound, I myself am rather fond of elephants. My eyelids shoot upwards at that statement. Whoa, for real? Mm-hmm. They're so innocuous in nature, and they're also highly intelligent, emotionally and socially. Did you know that elephants see us humans the same way as we see a kitten or a puppy? I think that's quite lovable. Again, this girl's full of surprises and I like it. That is pretty cute now that you mention it. I'm guessing that makes you enjoy this book much more? Yes, you could say that. So elephants are her favorite animal. I'm not sure why, but something tells me I should remember this. Another minute or two passes, and I still can't help but wonder what's going on in Yuri's mind as our journey with Ellie continues. And here we go again. Oh, the where MC hugs Sayori, yeah, that's a good one too. DD plus CG is piano moment. Ah, yeah. That one's good too. The sounds of explosions have been consistent, yet quieting down for the past 30 minutes. Ellie and I have managed to take shelter in the dark cave during everything that's been going on. I am thankful that the two of us minded to make it here, but also saddened that nobody else could. It's a miracle that we can still see light shining in by the entrance of the Skull Rock jungle. The earth's rumbling becomes very faint, which is our cue that it's safe to climb up to the jungle and inspect everything. After a minute or so of trying to help Ellie climb up the hill, I look around and survey the now horribly mangled mess of a jungle. Trees lay everywhere, and the hills around here now look bare. This is almost too much to take in. Emotions inside me build up at the thought of all the ecosystems and animals' homes now destroyed. Why would that ruthless monster do such a thing? Lady Yuri? What? Looking around frantically shows that it's just Ellie, and to my left, looking at me with concern. We better go and check up on Ramby. I can feel a pit in my stomach at the thought of what could have possibly happened to him. Let's get going. Or let's get going. Sorry, I had to use my Yuri voice there. Climbing over fallen down trees and nearly tripping over vines lengthens the time it takes to get to the entrance of the West River Plains. As I'm getting close to the entrance of the plains, looking to my right shows one tree that managed to withstand everything. The lychee fruit tree. A silver of hope jolts my body, and I can feel my tension ease up a bit. Throughout everything that's happened, as far away as we are, I'll make my way back to you somehow, my hero. I promise. I'm quickly brought back to reality by Ellie pulling on my arm with her trunk, ushering me to follow her. The tree, still standing strong, gets one final look before leaving the jungle. West River Plains. Whoa. Oh wait, this is a Kimger background. I've just never used this one. Caches are great. After this scene, I might have to end the stream because I've been streaming for about 3 hours and 30 minutes now. And that's my usual time point where I stop. The muddy terrain of this area the muddy terrain of this area doesn't make traversing any easier. While there are downed trees around here, they're far and far between, as this area was an open grassland with a chasm that divides the west and east plains. Walking towards the chasm, the setting sun invades and burns my eyes, causing me to look away until my eyesight adjusts. Some time passes, and Ellie appears to have made her way towards the chasm, spending time with another being that looks just like her. That must be Ramby! Hastily stomping through the mud to meet up with the two of them confirms the fear I had back in the jungle. There he lays, dormant on the ground, ribcage exposed with blood spilled everywhere. I really wish I hadn't caught a glimpse of his exposed slowly beating heart. The pit in my stomach returns and blooms into a full-blown mess of sadness and dolefulness. I'm not successful at hiding any of my emotions. Lady Yuri, you alright? Ellie slowly lowers her head to him. Yeah, Ramby. Barely. I can't bring myself to respond back to him. Tears invade my eyes again. Lowering myself to his level, I slowly start rubbing his upper back in hopes for any type of comfort. Good. Lady Yuri, please stop chaos, for the whole island is destroyed. I can't do it on my own. Ellie, join forces, Lady Yuri. Help her in any way you can. I will. I promise you, Ramby. Ramby's breathing becomes less and less frequent as time passes. You can do it, Lady Yuri. I have that much faith in you. Life is long when you live it, but oh so short when you look back. Farewell, friends. He draws one final breath before going motionless. I can't help but bring my head to his lifeless body and sob uncontrollably at the loss of another friend from my life. I don't even want to think about how I'm gonna go about dealing with chaos. I wish I wasn't on this island anymore. I don't want to live in a world anymore where all my friends are taken away from me. I just wish I could go back home to my hero. I'm not a hero. I'm nobody's hero. I can't do anything right. Huh? Ellie's trying her best to comfort me. She's wrapped her trunk around my shoulders, which I quickly cling on to for comfort and allow my tears to flow onto. Lady Yuri, everything will be alright, I promise. Let's go about this together for his sake. Being brought back to reality once again, I look over to see Diverse, with his eyes barely open, repeatedly hitting the back of his head against the wall. Why is he doing that? Does he do this often? Something wrong with him? It's time to be a friend. Grabbing his shoulder closest to me, I try shaking him out of whatever may be going through his head right now. Diverse? Diverse, what's going on? That seems to do a trick, as he's now aware of what's going on around him, looking around the room. Huh? Oh, right, sorry about that. Then attempts to rub the sleep out of his eyes. I'm just having a hard time focusing, I guess. Oh, that's alright. I was wondering what was going on. It's just... Sorry, I'm such a slow reader most of the time. That doesn't really explain why he was doing what he was doing earlier. Diverse, you don't have to be sorry about that, it's okay. Besides, you're patient with me, so I don't mind mirroring your good traits. Also, if I'm reading too fast, please tell me. I am your friend. I want to make our time together enjoyable. Smiles back at me, which causes me to smile back in return. Thanks, Yuri. I only read slow because sometimes words just don't make sense. Like, I'll see the words and read them in my mind, but the meaning behind them won't, how do I say it, process or comprehend properly. Almost like in one ear, out the other, like... Sorry, I'm eating again. Diverse and lets go of his side of the book to yawn and stretch, which nearly causes me to in return. I'll read... Oh, God. Excuse me. Hold up. I'm all good. Don't worry. I'll read a sentence, but not to be able to comprehend what it means, like, a part of my brain can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't. Maybe this is a part of how different he is? To be honest, I do not. Seriously? That happens to... Nobody else? Sorry, Diverse, I can't relate. Oh. He then proceeds to bury both his hands in his face and bring the back of his head to the wall again. I'm sorry, I don't think I want to read any more. There. You don't have to read if you don't want to. You can relax for a bit if you like. Diverse? Did he seriously fall asleep in front of me? Wow, I wish I could fall asleep that easily. Life would be much better if I was able to... Ah! Ouch! Not the arm! I didn't expect him to lay his head down on my shoulder. Once the pain in my arms subsides, the same feeling I felt yesterday from walking home with him returns. I didn't expect it to be this strong, though. I should probably move away because of my arm, and this is a bit sudden. But at the same time, this feels nice. I still feel a little bad about not reciprocating his affectionate gesture from yesterday. Maybe this is how I can repay the favor? He has had a rough day today. Especially with... I should have been there for you. I should have protected you from that monster that walks among us. I'm helping him feel better after today, aren't I? This is what friends do, right? I am his friend after all. An idea comes into my mind that makes me do some more serious thinking. Looking around the room, I shows Natsuki at her usual spot in the closet. I can't quite see what Sayori and Monica are doing, but it doesn't matter. They're not important right now. Looking over to Diverse, his breathing has become rather soft. It's honestly quite pleasant. He looks so peaceful. You know what? I've got only one life on this earth. I'm not gonna miss out on this. That's when I follow suit. Carefully laying my head on top of his, I close my eyes and begin to relax. His light snoring and the raindrops outside help lull me out of consciousness. The warmth shared between us brings about the strong feeling from earlier, and it feels a bit exciting. I can't help reacting to it by smiling when my eyes are closed. But it's okay. Everything's okay right now. Everything's okay. I can't snore. 10 minutes later, this is Monica's point of view. About a minute ago, Sayori stopped by my desk to ask for advice on the poem she's writing for the festival.
Ah! Why does rhyming have to be so hard?
Oh, believe me, it's not easy. But props to you for trying to make this work. Now, let's see. Something I recently learned in one of my elective classes pops into my mind. Sayori?
Yeah, Monica?
You know, not all rhyming words have to have the same exact consonant or vowels at the end. A line in one of my favorite songs happened to rhyme life with tonight.
What? But how?
Well, think about how they sound. Those words both have an I sound to them. Try saying them slowly and I think you'll see what I mean.
Life, tonight,
I expected her to think of how they sound, not actually say it out loud.
Oh, I get it!
Good. So, what word is it you're trying to find a word that rhymes with?
Gone?
Okay, well, as silly as that may seem... Well, as silly as this may seem, one thing that helps is to take the rhyming sound and put it at the end of every letter of the alphabet. Sayori stares at my desk for a while, and she's now lost in thought over what I just said. It's about time she started doing some critical thinking.
Dawn? Hey, that might work! Thanks for the help!
Good. Glad I could help.
Monica, what do you plan on writing for the festival?
I find myself tapping two of my fingers on my desk for a while, but can't think of anything in particular. Right now, I'm not too sure. I have all weekend to think about it.
Yeah, no need to worry about that right now. I wonder what Natsuki and Yuri are gonna write about this year.
Also, I just noticed the sudden change in music, even though it was the same track. There might be a reason for that. Now that you mention it, I haven't heard a thing from Yuri or Diverse in a while. I'm gonna go check and see if they're okay.
Okay.
Getting up from my desk and looking around the room shows Natsuki in her usual spot in the closet, reading her manga, but I can't see Yuri anywhere. Maybe she went to the bathroom? Probably, who knows. But where's Diverse? I haven't heard from him either. Doing a quick walk over to Yuri's desk and looking around the room more, I see... My eyes widen a bit at the sight in front of me. Oh, this is too good. Sayori needs to see this. Turning around to where Sayori is, I usher her over to where I'm at so she can see what's happening and motion her to keep quiet. Once she sees what I see, she gasps lightly and then looks over to me.
No way! Do you think they're...
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't want to wake them up, but we gotta share poems now.
Should we get a picture of them like this?
No, probably not.
Aw, you're no fun.
Ignoring her and gently grabbing a hold of Yuri's shoulder, I shake her a few times in hopes of waking her up. Yuri? Wake up, Yuri! After a short amount of time, it looks like she's coming around, as she looks around the room for a little bit. Huh? This isn't the napping club, you know.
Yeah, Yuri, I didn't know you were such a good pillow.
Guys, what are you Yuri then sees what kind of situation she's gotten herself into. She becomes wide-eyed at what's going on, frantically switching between looking at me, Sayori, and Diverse. Hey, calm down, Yuri. We're not gonna judge. But this, I promise you. Let's wake Diverse up. It's poem sharing time. Yuri breathes a sigh of, whoa! Hello?
Hello!
Hi, Mom!
How are ya?
I'm streaming.
Again? Still? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I told you I'd be...
4:30.
Yes.
It's 4:36, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably gonna wrap it up, in,
Okay.
2 seconds.
Alright, sayonara. I'm off. I'm here, though.
I'm coming down in a little bit.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes, this is exactly how I plan my work. Don't judge. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yuri breathes a sigh of relief and then turns her head to Diverse, who is still asleep on her shoulder, and shakes him a few times. Diverse? Hey, wake up. Diverse then manages to get up from Yuri's shoulder, but doesn't move very far from her. 5 more minutes. He then collapses in such a way that his upper body lands on Yuri's knees, as if he's fallen asleep again. Sari giggles loudly at what just happened. I can't help but giggle in return and say, "Aw, how cute this is." Yuri, on the other hand, is in shock over this. Ah! A little help, Monica? Alright. Grabbing Diverse by the shoulders, I pick him off of Yuri's legs and get him to stand upright and proceed to shake him a bit more. Hey! Earth to Diverse! Diverse's eyes open up again, but the way he sounds just now make him sound like he's still half asleep. Huh? Monica? What year is it? Oh crap. I swear to God, I thought I saw... Never mind. Okay. Sari, grab my water bottle.
You got it!
Once Sari leaves, Yuri stands up from where she was sitting on the ground with the face showing concern. Kazuki then pops up seemingly out of nowhere. Monica, what do you plan on doing? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, nothing too drastic. It's not like I'm gonna splash water on his face or anything. I'd pay to see that! Natsuki! Diverting my attention to Diverse shows he's still partly in dreamland. Diverse, we're gonna get you some water to help you wake up, okay? Diverse barely manages to speak audibly to me. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Somehow I'm not surprised. While I'm dreading this moment, as it feels like it's taking forever, I hear Yuri giggle at what Diverse said. No surprise she would think that's cute. Not long after, Sayori returns with my water bottle and hands it over to me, in which I then give to Diverse and let go of him in return. And sure enough, when he goes to take a drink, he ends up getting water all over his face and his uniform and the floor. Oh! Ah! Jeez! I'm awake! Ignoring Natsuki laughing out loud at his mishap, I'm somewhat relieved, but can't help giggling to myself again. Good. How's your trip to Dreamland? He then shakes his head vigorously in an attempt to get all the water off of him. Rather boring, not gonna lie. Yuri then proceeds to pull out a tissue from her bag to give to Diverse so he can dry himself off. Well, look at her, always thinking. Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream here because I need to go driving with my mom and probably eat out with her for a few minutes. Okay, save. Wait, no. Oh crap. Oh shit, not the... There we go. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this stream here and I'm gonna hang out with my mom. And I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna probably plan accordingly for another stream, since this one was a little unplanned. So, yep. I'll probably, if I ever feel like the time or need to, I could probably stream tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye!